reason why this podcast sucks and we have no fans is because Rick and Damn Duper talk way too goddamn much.
Welcome live. Oh wait, no, we're not live today. Shit.
Good evening, ladies. What is up?
Or good day, or good afternoon, or good morning. But yeah, how's it going, boys?
Oh, another Monday in paradise.
Just another manic Monday. Duper.
Wish it was Sunday.
Oh.
Where I don't have to run day.
Oh.
All right,
That's the only part I know about the song.
Before we get sued.
Copyright
stop it.
claim.
Stop it.
So what's up, Duper? You look very serious over there.
Yeah, he does.
I look serious?
Yeah.
You look like
I just watched the Black Panther trailer, man.
You look like you're taking a shit.
Maybe he is.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. It looks like he's leaning forward, though, so I don't know how, that whole leaning forward, maybe it's
constipation.
A turd that's, it's just stuck up in there, won't come out.
Yeah, I decided to do today's podcast for my daughter's potty chair. So,
fuck yeah.
It's a solid idea.
Dude, it's
From
a
the potty
pleasant
chair.
surprise. I was not expecting you on today's episode, man.
How about
Yeah, I
that,
know.
John?
I thought it was going to be the Three Musketeers today. And
Yeah.
I
Because we
forgot.
literally
Was I on last
talked
week or
about-
no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone was on
No.
last week.
So why are you surprised I'm on this week?
Because we thought you were off every other week.
Yeah.
No,
yeah, we
I'm
thought
always
you
on.
had your kid.
No, just went on vacation with my kid.
Thought
Sorry.
you were going full
Sorry, guys.
daddy mode every other week.
Yeah.
Bailing
I am
out
in
on
full
us.
daddy mode, but full
clearly.
daddy mode makes time for this. Daddy makes time for his babies here.
Ow!
Yeah, he does. So
Are you calling me a child?
what's Rick's
Little bit.
excuse? Why is he not here?
He's an absentee father.
Yeah. I feel very,
Yep.
Yeah.
very
He's very
abandoned by
socially
him.
distanced to this podcast.
Yeah.
The
Josh
longer
is
it goes
just like
on,
that stoic uncle that never talks at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. See, he's the one that just sits in the corner and just gets plastered.
Yeah. I
Did you
I
say
told some people-
stoic?
He
That's a
did.
big
Stoic.
word for you.
He did. He went
Sure.
through the dictionary before he came on tonight.
Yeah,
That's what he was doing.
he's been reading his vocab worksheets.
Yep.
He was doing what happened is he was doing homework with his daughter.
No.
That was on her spelling test.
Stoic. Could you use it in a sentence?
I just did.
He did.
It's part of the spelling bee. Come on, man.
You guys. All right. So did you see the Black Panther trailer yet or no?
I did.
Yes.
I did.
Art just made me watch it.
Yeah,
Dude,
fuck yeah.
the deep
He just
is in
made
it,
you
dude.
watch it? Like he put a gun to your head and said, "You must watch this shit now."
No, I put this illegal knife that I have in my property.
No,
So you just
we don't
like
talk
matches
about
it.
weapons, sir.
Yeah, we don't talk about that here.
Did you say the deep is in it? It does look
Yeah,
like
the
the deep,
deep.
doesn't it?
The deep is in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. Is it the same guy or no?
No.
no.
The guy who's playing what's his name, Greg?
Namor.
Namor. He's an actor that was in Narcos.
Okay, so not a big name.
No. He's not a big name as far as when it comes to U.S. known, but in Mexico he's a very prolific actor.
Oh, he's a Mexican.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
Does
All
he
right.
prefer to be called Mexican, or is he like El Salvadorian
Or Latinx?
Yeah.
I
Latinx?
would believe he would like to be called Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Some
Yeah.
people just call him sexy and leave it.
You ever
at
get that shit though? Like
Ow!
you're like, oh, you're Mexican, and they're like, no, I'm fucking El Salvadorian, bitch, and you're like, well, fuck, I'm sorry.
Here's the thing with that. It's like calling an Irishman a Scotsman or vice versa. There's a certain pride to not be
So-
Salvadorian.
I've not been to Boston very often,
so
so,
it's
I
like-
don't know. I don't know
it's
that
like-
many Irishmen.
It's like calling a Croatian Jewish.
Exactly.
Oh,
or
okay.
calling a Mongolian Chinese.
Oh,
I mean,
Wait,
they
there's
look
a difference.
Chinese.
Oh, just
There-
kidding.
there is a difference.
JK.
What is the difference in detail?
Oh, I don't know.
A
Just
mountain?
one's from Mongolia, the other one's
Yeah.
from China.
I need you to cite your sources when you come at me with facts.
all I know is don't do it.
Okay.
So when I watched the Black Panther trailer, I paused it during one scene, and that was the Black Panther's ass because I was trying to determine if that was a male ass or a female ass. I wasn't sure. So
I am gonna venture a guess and say that's a female ass.
It's a female.
It's female, dude.
It's got to be
Yeah, for
Shuri.
sure.
so it's gonna be Shuri, you guys think?
Yeah, it's got to be Shuri.
I hope so, man.
Yeah.
I think they're missing
She's
an
hot.
opportunity if they don't go with it.
But what if it's a guy and now you're having like, damn, I just swooned over a guy's ass.
I paused it. I didn't swoon over anything. I was trying to decipher who it was.
Like, should I touch myself right now?
I was like, is that a vaccinated ass or is that an unvaccinated ass? Like, I feel like I should know this now as part of the unvaccinated brethren. You know, we got to stick together.
Is it a brethren?
Yeah.
Or is it a cult?
And sisterhood. I mean, she's part of the sisterhood. So.
Traveling pants and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure who is playing Black Panther, but the trailer looked good. The music was solid in it.
I'm excited. That looks really good.
I feel like this is the first big production they've had since Spider-Man.
I'm really hoping this movie kind of like,
I mean,
kicks the Marvel universe out of its fucking coma that it's in.
Yeah,
because it's like it's getting stagnant. Like I am thoroughly enjoying She-Hulk.
I tried to watch the first 10 minutes and
it does not take itself seriously. It's fucking hilarious, and it's great.
I like how Duper used to like the same things we used to like in our 20s and 30s, and now like everything that we think's hilarious, he just doesn't like it anymore.
Well, because one of us matured. So.
I think it's because Twitter actually ruined him.
Oh yeah,
Twitter.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna say I'm gonna agree with Lee. Twitter has ruined you because, like most guys who use Twitter, we use it for porn and not for politics.
But he uses it to troll and get political.
Exactly. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, quite a bit. Yeah. That's kind of my thing on the Twitters.
I use it to look at ladies shaking their lady bits.
I don't even know that there's porn. Like,
and to reply to them and let them know that they're whores. No, I'm just playing. I don't do that.
Do you actually reply to people on there?
No. I mean, I will sometimes either retweet with a quote, like quote tweet somebody, or respond to somebody in a comment, like if it's something really triggering to me, or stupid, and it's just like, are you serious? Can you be this dumb? But no, other than that,
you're that troll that's always.
Other than that, it's just all ass and titties,
tweeting me
and sports.
Ass and titties and sports. All right.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I do follow IGN, so there's some nerd shit in there as well.
It wasn't until Lee told me that there was porn on Twitter that I even knew that there was that.
No. We all covered this topic, and it wasn't just me; it was Josh as well. And then Rick went off and looked it up right then and there.
We were out on Josh's bachelor party, I think, or birthday party, one of them, when we went deep sea fishing, and we had a hotel
on
together.
Twitter.
Huh?
You were on Twitter?
Well, we were talking about Twitter, and Lee was like, "There's porn on Twitter." I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's what I told. That is not what I told you.
There is so much.
You're so full of shit.
Dude, I remember it because
because you went on there and looked, and it changed your life forever.
Yeah, it seriously did. It seriously did.
I'm straying from.
He went down a rabbit hole, and it was the wrong rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And he's gone down that rabbit hole so far that he can't even tell a woman's ass from a man's ass in a fucking.
Well, you tell me who it is. You tell me who it is.
I just told you it's a woman. We just did. See, this is how I'm telling you. You need to start watching more porn, Dupe.
Because
Dupe is caught up on the whole what's a woman, what's a man, gender bullshit.
I can tell you all kinds of gender.
Speaking of which, I still gotta watch that. I think we should all watch it as like a group project.
Dude, I'm all down for that. I'm 100. It's hilarious. I laughed tremendously at it.
But now that you said that it was funny, I'm probably not gonna think it's that funny. Just because we're on such different polar scales of what is funny and what's not funny now.
Yeah, seriously, dude. I think She-Hulk's funny. You get annoyed. You thought, what is a woman's funny? I'm probably gonna throw something at the TV.
Art might actually have an aneurysm during the show, which would add to my humor, which would just make me laugh more. So I'm all in favor of us doing a screening of.
Yeah, we're doing a screening. We're setting it up.
Look, if I slip my wrist mid-screening, it's your guys' fault.
I will save your life, though.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't need that. But you shitting yourself would be fantastic.
All right, then don't shit myself. We're gonna do this at Lee's house then, right?
Yeah, I have an extra bathroom you can use.
right. Do you have a bidet?
I'll bring my daughter's potty trainer.
Oh fuck yeah!
There you go.
Potty chair.
That.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't need to bring yours. I have my kid's potty chair here.
There you go.
You have a whole row of them, don't you?
Yeah.
It's like a trough.
It's like the stadium, right?
Yeah,
like
they walk into the bathroom
lined up.
Yeah, and they're just all open and there and ready, and whichever one they feel like using that day. Although I'm trying to teach them to use like every other one, when they go together.
Well, he has so many kids that he has 46 potty chairs lined up, and there's still a line.
If I bring you mine, can you add him to the fold and get him potty trained?
Yes,
because he's being a complete asshole about this shit.
Yeah, I got you.
But once it starts to click, it's not too bad.
See, Art, where you're going wrong is you got to crate train your kids the same way you do dogs.
Trust me, I have receipts of me crate training my kid.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I can share them to you. That way you guys can post them.
Got it.
Or do some.
Speaking of crate training, my puppies are assholes.
Yeah, because they're puppies.
Man, they will not figure it out.
I just looked at my my image on here, and I remembered that it's Knights season. I'm pretty excited about that. Went to a hockey game this past weekend.
Did you really? You went to a preseason game.
It's preseason, and
did you say the season's over?
Were the Raiders playing?
Hey, the Raiders won this weekend. God damn it!
Oh, so they're back in the playoffs?
Playoff bound, baby. 1 win, 3 losses.
The Knights have not played a regular season game yet, and I've already given up on the season completely.
That's
really?
Awesome.
It's that bad, huh?
Dude, I left before the third period started because we were getting blown out so bad. And because my daughter was having a meltdown. She was like, I smelled the popcorn. I was like, all right, it's time to go.
Yeah.
So
that whole search for a goaltender is not really working out for him, huh?
So spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen She-Hulk. What is happening in that? I heard Rick was having like a meltdown over it. What happened? More mutants or what?
No. So
but you know what? More importantly than this She-Hulk shit, Deadpool 3 was announced.
Dude.
And
I'm so excited.
There's no trailer, there's no nothing, but all we know is that Wolverine's gonna be in it and Deadpool.
Yeah.
Enough said. Enough fucking said.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Sheila the other day, and we are like, hey, so because like when Deadpool first came out, there was like all these drinking games that were made, like, drink when Deadpool breaks the fourth wall, drink when he says, the bad guy's name, or yada yada yada. And I'm like, so what's gonna be like? I wonder if they're gonna have a drinking game to see how many times Wolverine kills Deadpool and he just comes back.
Oh yeah. He's gonna the whole movie's just gonna be him cutting them up. And then I feel like another good possible drinking game with that movie will be how many times they reference the MCU as a whole,
or make fun of the MCU as a whole.
Yeah, right. Because they're just gonna reference it and just shit on it.
And Disney.
You're right. Like, and Disney.
Yeah.
And its kid subsidiary Fox.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know. That seems like it's going to be fun. 2024, right?
Yeah, 2024.
I mean, when Ryan Reynolds, I love his fucking Twitter because it's Twitter. I love his ass too. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love Ryan Reynolds' ass? I mean, come on now.
You know what?
I hate that
that's one man's ass that you can love and just want to just go to town on and not be gay.
That dude still looks like the same as he did 20 years ago.
I feel like
because he's Canadian, dude.
I feel like with him, you're still gay.
Yeah, but it's acceptable. I mean,
I don't know.
Acceptable.
I don't know.
But no one's gonna judge you. I wouldn't judge you, Lee.
I think with Gerard Butler.
Maybe Gerard Butler from like 300.
Yeah.
But Gerard Butler as he is now, nah.
This is Sparta.
Ryan
Reynolds
he
wouldn't even say that. Like, this is
not 300 one.
No, who is that? Russell Crowe. That dude is looking rough nowadays. Man.
Oh yeah.
He kind of fell off a hill. And then have you guys seen Brandon Fraser from The Mummy? You remember that guy from?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he came out with like a new movie recently, and he looks like Greg with less hair.
Yeah.
So he looks pretty good then?
Yeah.
Dude.
Absolutely.
He's not looking too good nowadays.
No, he's looking kind of rough.
Yeah.
But
all right.
I mean, he looked good back in the day.
Oh yeah.
So She-Hulk. All right. So you guys wanted to nerd out this podcast. There's so much going on in the world.
The only one who's seen every episode is me and Rick, and one of us aren't on tonight. So I don't know.
I'm caught up.
But we're not going to talk about any of that. So
yeah, I'm caught up.
Oh, okay.
What
the retreat and
lady
everything?
doing? She's running around and she's breaking stuff. Is she hulking out?
No, she's really not, dude. She's mainly just getting into like trying to live her life mostly as Jen, and then just the inconvenience of being a Hulk. Really.
So the Hulk isn't. So it's like it's just become a metaphor for her period, or what?
Well, I mean,
is this like her menstrual cycle?
If you want to oversimplify it that way, no, it's not that either.
I mean, it's kind of like turning red.
So she doesn't like go out and save the day.
I mean, she saves her day.
Oh, so she's selfish.
The way that it's written is fucking phenomenal. Like, I mean, it's quick. It's fucking, pretty witty out there. Like when they do like transitions or breaking the fourth wall, it's fucking hilarious. Like, trust me, I went into it thinking, oh, this show's gonna fucking suck. And then I watched the first couple episodes and I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
This
right?
is great.
If you make me watch this, because like, okay, so I
well,
did the
you
same
hate
thing,
women now, so you probably
that's not
won't
true at all. I love women.
Yeah, you hate women empowerment, so like
that's not true at all either.
Women should be in the kitchen baking pies and knitting sweaters.
No, nobody says that. Nobody says that.
I heard
Rick.
you say
Rick is the only one that says
it. It's in your Twitter bio. It's in your Twitter bio.
No,
wait, do women knit sweaters in the kitchen?
But yeah, and the only woman that we know that knits is your wife.
She crochets.
Ironically, it's your wife that knits. Art, and why is that?
Why is that? Because she loves it.
Because you make her. Because you put her ass.
Oh no, I don't. No, I don't. If I had it my way, I would get rid of all the fucking yard in my house. I have bins of this shit in my garage that have been there for years, and I'm like, "What are you doing with this?" As she comes home from Joanne's with more yarn, I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?"
You just have knitted penises all over the house.
Like she comes home with more yarn and ducks every single time I let her loose out of the house without me.
You let her loose. You let her loose.
Yeah, let her loose. She has no self-control. And she'll be the first one to tell you.
Because she knows her place, right? And that's in the home. And when you let her out, that's your determination, right, Art?
Dude, I have a feeling the next time she sees you, she's gonna kick you right in the dick.
I mean, is he putting words in your mouth or not, though?
He kind of is.
I'm just repeating what you say, man. That's it, buddy.
I was gonna say, how is it gonna be different anytime Duper sees anybody from the familia? Let's just say. I mean, everybody wants to talk shit against him. He's a diehard Republican, and they hate him for that.
Duper shows up the whole world go up in flames.
Not a Republican.
Oh, I'm sorry. The perception of him being a diehard Republican.
I'm conservative. I'll admit that, but not a Republican.
But that's funny.
Yeah.
You're fucking Republican.
I'm the guy that keeps you up at night in California.
Not at all. I could sleep.
Duper, if you were the guy keeping me up at night,
are you doing ASMR?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Speaking of keeping me up at night, okay.
I'm tickling your feet.
Are we done with She-Hulk, or can I talk about Disney's prices?
Yeah, Disney's what's keeping you up at night, man?
The prices at fucking Disneyland, man.
Dude,
Ebert is there for what, a week?
And Greg's on the way, right?
Yeah, Greg's going.
And Art might let his wife out of the house to go, right?
Nah, man. If I let her into Disneyland, dude, I'm coming back with a second mortgage.
They're out of control there, man.
Dude, like where at my job I get quote unquote discounted prices.
Yeah, you save $5
for that's all you're doing, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so like I would really love to take the kids for fucking Halloween time, but it's just so goddamn expensive.
Oh, and the Halloween thing, all that stuff. You got to buy extra tickets on top of your tickets.
Yeah, it's like
well,
even
only
when
if you're doing the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Even when I had season passes back in the day, it was still an extra charge for like when they had the Mickey's Halloween Haunt or whatever, and it was bad. Like I don't get how these theme parks are just getting away with highway robbery.
And even now with the season passes, Greg, you've seen the Magic Keys, right?
No, I haven't, because I can't get one.
Oh yeah, because if you didn't have your Disney annual pass and maintain it up until they release the Magic Keys, you can't get a Magic Key.
Well, that's not even true, because I had a season pass and I couldn't get a Magic Key.
Even with your annual pass?
Yep.
I had a season pass too, but I mean,
hold on.
I haven't had a season pass since what, like 2018?
Because back in the day, the season pass was actually affordable.
Well, my season pass got suspended because of COVID, and then they canceled everybody's season passes at that time. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Everybody got our
that was when mine got
canceled.
And
and then they brought back the magic key. And so when they brought that back, it was like such a short time period that you had to sign up for it. And then because I don't live in state, I had to buy the premium one, and then I'm not going to go there enough to justify the cost that they were charging for that.
It was in July and August, or I think June through August of 2021 is when they briefly re-announced the new Magic Key. And the only reason why I know that is because all the Magic Keys expired this August.
Well, back
And
in the
then
day,
only
you used
people
to
who can
have
get another one are renewals, but then they even changed the tier. So now there's blackout dates on every single Magic Key.
right,
now.
and,
Every
and that
single
was
one.
that was a huge thing
Every
for me.
single one.
So right,
Every
if
single
I'm
one.
going to pay for the top bracket, I don't want blackout dates, because most of the days that I can go, that I can just up and go from here to there, they were blacked out. So it's better for me to just buy 4 or 5 day passes now.
Now,
Yeah.
to be fair, the top of the line Magic Key, it's only blacked out from Christmas to New Year's. Every other day is open. But Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah,
right?
but
'Cause
that
you
top
still
of the
have to
line
get the
Magic Key is
how
reservations,
much?
the
and
top
then
of the
they
line one is that those are the only blackout dates for, like, I forget, they renamed it too. I can't remember. It's Enchant or some shit like that.
yeah,
Yeah, but
Um,
what's the price tag on that thing?
A lot.
Expensive.
I
It's gotta be
remember.
like what, like a couple grand
And
each?
nobody can get them right now anyway.
No.
They only offered them for renewals.
Yeah, I do
So,
remember looking at it when they announced them, and they were ridiculously high to the point where, like, I was sitting there looking at it, going, "Never in my life will I be able to afford that."
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure when they first announced it, correct me if I'm wrong, they didn't offer the payment plans either. When they first announced it.
no, in
Um,
state you could, out of state you cannot.
In
yeah.
state, you could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one
Yeah.
thing I really liked about the season passes.
Yeah.
You had the monthly the payment plan. It's like 80. For me, it was like almost like $80 to $100 a month. That was for
Mm.
everybody.
Well,
Yeah.
how busy
Well, that
was the
was
park
back
when
in
you
the
went?
day.
Lee?
When I was going with the season pass, it depends on the days that I would go. But it would be busy.
But well, recently, how busy was it?
Oh
At least
God.
when you were
Last Thursday when I was there, it was at capacity.
Yeah, right. So I mean, that's telling
Fucking
you that
asses and
the
elbows.
demand is there. Like they can't
Well,
do the season passes
yeah.
like they used
Once
to.
that's the thing is, like, everyone that I was speaking to, right? They were all from, like, out of state. They were all from
Right.
all over the world and shit like that, and they were all there, right? And for some reason, they all managed to walk in on Thursday all together.
Oh, that's cool.
But they were all there for five days.
Yeah, I went there for 5 days, and
Yeah,
the first
and
3 days were the craziest days I think I've been at Disneyland
Yeah.
in years. Because I've gone a few times after COVID.
Hey, dude, did you stay at the Grand California, or did you
Dude,
stay
wait,
somewhere else?
no, I'm not paying $1,300 a
Ah,
night.
dude, that's the way to do it there, though. Is Grand California?
Is
Grand
that
Cali-
where you stayed for
No,
$1,300 a night?
We didn't stay the night that night, but
I mean, but
Grand
if you're gonna do it
California-
big, you got to do it big.
yeah,
I'm
Grand
not doing it that
California is the way to
big.
go. Especially because you get the early entry and you walk right into California Adventure. Oh, dude, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
You walk right into California Adventure.
For $1,300
Yes.
a day, it's not
Is
worth
that,
an extra
is
30
that,
minutes
is
in
that
the park.
starting $1,300 a
Dude,
night?
yeah, I looked at tickets. I
No
mean,
way.
I
Let's see
think
what
it was
it is.
starting. Look it up right now.
I am.
But when I was looking it up, it was like $1,100 to $1,300 a night. It was
Fuck
absolutely
that.
insane.
And you got to remember, they tier it based on the season.
Like, do
too.
you get a blowjob from Minnie at night?
Yes.
Mm,
Oh, okay, then that's worth it.
that
It
ain't
depends
worth
on
it.
if you and your wife are role playing. I mean,
You got to find the princesses.
Ah,
That was so. I waited an hour and a half so my daughter could meet Ariel and Anna and the man. Should I say this?
Yes.
I was disappointed that the princesses weren't hotter. Like I was really like like they were fine looking. I don't want to like. It's not like I'm Prince Charming myself, but I was really expecting some hot princesses back there. And they were average looking.
the last
Dude,
time,
and that's saying something though, because me, I frequent Disneyland and Disney World quite regularly. At least
Mhm.
every year or so, and even my wife agrees. She said that like the princesses in California are way hotter than the princesses in Florida.
well, because
What?
Florida,
I've
you
always
know,
agreed with that. So
not this
I
time
don't know.
around.
The-
I'll
the last-
confirm or deny that when I go.
Oh
in
my
a couple
goodness
weeks.
gracious.
the last time I went, which was maybe a year ago, I went just a wife and I. She was taking pictures with all the characters, and she took a picture with Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell was out there. Technically not a princess, but she was out there, and she was fucking hot.
I didn't get a chance to see
God.
Tink.
Did
so.
you get in line right after her so you can get your own picture with
man,
Tinkerbell?
nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
That-
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
or-
you did.
He's
We
all
know
about
it.
the fairies.
I mean, with all the
I'll-
fur that's on you, you look like Pete Moss. So I mean, you probably fit
Right?
in.
Did you have
Tinkerbell
kids trying to
line.
ask for your autograph over in Star Wars land?
yeah, thinking I was
Daddy,
like
Daddy, it's an Ewok. It's an Ewok, Daddy.
thinking I was like a midget Chewbacca. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. We saw Chewbacca. Gwen
Yeah.
did not care for that. But prices there.
Oh
It's-
man.
I'm
Oh.
mixed on the prices because they have a ticket service now where you can pay a premium to skip the line on a lot of the rides. Well,
Yeah.
on 4 of
Yeah.
the rides, right?
Yeah.
And it's like $15 or $20 additional per ticket for one ride
Per
on that
person.
ride. And I shitted
Well,
on it
no.
when I
You
heard
could-
about it, but then I used it like 4 or 5 times.
You pay for the pass, which is good for all the rides except for the rides that are like the most popular.
The
where you
Genie
gotta
Plus,
pay,
right?
Yeah, where you got to pay between $10 to $20 for that ride individually.
Well,
And they're-
but it's based on volume. So when I was there, it was $15 to $20, and so they dropped it down
Yeah.
to 10. Okay,
well, no, like the day that I was there, like Rise of the Resistance,
that was
for
20,
Star Wars, that was $20.
Yeah. and then
what was it?
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man was I think 15.
that was 15, and then you had Cars, which
Cars
was 15.
was 15. And
I'm
then,
not paying any extra to get on rides.
Dude,
so
I
this
did
is so this is
I-
what you do, right? I figured this out. You get the Genie Plus,
Okay,
right? You utilize that for all the rides that you can, which was
Did it.
great because we showed up in the Lightning Lane, even on the
Mhm.
busiest of days. We rode everything within 10 minutes
yeah,
of
that's
showing
true.
up.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
freaking beautiful.
Yep.
We never waited in line. And
Yep.
then for the other rides where it's $20 extra for that one ride, you show up because we're all old and broken. You show up with one of your disability paperwork from your doctor, and you
There
get a
you go.
disabled pass. And then for the rides that cost extra, you actually use your disabled pass for those rides where you just walk up to the exit and you're still on within 10 minutes and you didn't pay anything else.
Fuck
No
yeah.
kidding.
Yep.
See, next time I
just
got
gotta bring my VA disability next time. Huh?
Yes, you do. Because
I'm just gonna come with a
you can
with a
get
wheelchair.
extra stuff. Well, no, you have to have paperwork from your doctor.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
But if you have the paperwork from your doctor,
I'm just gonna
To
bring
get
my
that-
sitter.
to get that
'Cause-
paperwork certified. That's a 2-hour wait, right?
no, No. believe it or not, one of the people we went with did it in a matter of however long it took for them to get up and get their electric scooter because
Mm.
you can do it all at the same place.
Damn handicapped people skipping
Yeah.
my line.
Man, I'm telling you, we rode every single ride. and
Yeah,
we
I did
didn't
too.
spend more than 10 minutes on any of
I
them.
did too. I did too.
So-
I wrote everything, but
So just to be clear, so kind of go back and forth between the ticket things. So everybody has access once you have a theme park reservation, right? You have your Genie Day, which basically your Genie Day, everybody gets access to that for free. And
you get a free Genie Day. What is this?
no. Stop.
What is a Genie Day?
I'm trying to explain it. Okay.
Okay.
So everybody has access
off your
to
COVID.
Genie. Genie
Trying.
will it has tip boards and stuff like that. It'll show you the wait times for lines and stuff like that.
Okay, so the Disneyland app.
And it will make recommendations. Yeah, I'm just talking about Disneyland here, even though
Okay.
Disney World does the same thing. So everyone has access to that for free, right? But from what I'm always told, I never use that tip board. What I personally use is this product called Touring Plans, and they are fucking amazing. Like they have this thing called a crowd calendar. And it'll show you from a scale of 1 to 10 what their projected like crowds are going to be for every day. They plan it out like 12 months in advance. They've been doing this, I think, for like well over 20, 30 years. They started at Disney World and then they expanded to a whole bunch of places. So
Are you getting paid for this?
definitely check out.
I know.
No, but you guys give me the opportunity to talk Disney. I'm
Oh,
gonna
I know.
I'm
We're
gonna
gonna do
give
it.
I'm gonna give peeps the chance to. I'm gonna give them some tips and some tricks, Duper. All right. So
Back in the day, I used to always do Disneyland in one day. It
Follow
is
your
so
boy.
much more enjoyable to just chill and enjoy.
Yes.
One day is
multiple
too
days at
hard.
the park.
but that Disney wants you to plan everything now. So anyway, my Genie Day, I wouldn't use it. I would do something like Touring Plans. I mean, you could get, I think they have like a subscription, like a 1-year subscription for like $12. It's like
But
ridiculously
why do you need
cheap.
a 1-year subscription to that? Just like I can.
Well, hold
understand-
on. Let me
I can
finish.
understand-
God damn it.
Hold on. So I can understand why you would need that service if
I'm
you're
not
new
done
to the park.
talking about their services. Shut up and listen. God, you keep cutting me off, asshole.
Well, because
So
I
they
mean,
have this
I'm cool
thing.
with it
Falling
already.
asleep.
Just if it tells me how busy it's going to be before I show up, let's do it.
Yeah, and that's just one of their things. The next thing they have, and I've been using this for years, is they have these things called touring plans. So basically what a touring plan is that you can do it one of two ways. You can select a pre-done touring plan, which will tell you like the best ways and the fastest way to see each attraction in a day or 2 days or a half day or whatever. Or you can do what we do. And when we go into the park, we input the attractions we want to go see and then refresh it. And in touring plans, they have apps for Disney World, they have apps for Disneyland. They'll tell you, okay, go to this attraction next, go to that attraction next, go to that attraction next. And it maximizes your time because what most people do is they'll go from land to land to land to land to land. Well, you're only going to see so many things and it's not going to be that efficient. Whereas touring plans, you use their touring plan or your own personalized plan, and then there you go. So they're awesome for $12 a year. I mean, fuck, I'm spending more a month on this podcast
Does it
than
cover?
I do touring plan.
Would it cover Disneyland and like Universal and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff too? It covers
Yep.
everything for $12 a year.
I don't think they have Universal Hollywood, but I know they have Universal. They have different subscriptions. So they got
This
Disney
is why
World.
we have the
I feel
internet.
pretty confident in my Disneyland planning. Like I'd be curious who could ride more rides faster, me versus you with the app.
I guarantee you, I would probably win if I was using.
You
touring
guarantee that you
plans.
would probably win. That
Yes.
is the most
like
doubtful
that?
guarantee
You like
ever
that?
made.
You like that? You know,
I guarantee that I might win this. Maybe.
I would trust their years of experience and algorithms as opposed to you being like, "Oh, let's go here and there and there,
Dude, I do pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they have Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Universal Orlando. They have Disney Cruise Line,
Yeah.
but they don't have Universal Hollywood.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because
I
Well, I
went to
don't know.
Universal Hollywood and I don't know, a year or two ago. It was after COVID. So I don't know how long ago that was now. But dude, that park is really busy and really hot and really small. And that's not something I enjoyed about Universal Studios
It
California.
is. It's still that way.
And then like
And
for
it's
their
way more
Genie
expensive than
Plus
Disneyland
equivalent,
now.
huh?
It's way more expensive than Disneyland now.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Well, because if
I-
you're buying the skip the line passes, the skip the line pass was like $100 or something insane. It was insane.
It's like $20, $20 to $30 more a ticket than Disneyland.
Is
No
it?
way. I got the
No.
season pass for there and
Yeah. I
It's
think that the door ticket is cheaper, but the front of the line service is more expensive.
yeah, things get more expensive as you upgrade your tickets and all that kind of stuff.
One
Yeah.
thing I'll say about Disneyland, and I don't want to say this out loud because if Chipnick hears me, he's going to raise the prices on it. But I felt
Chipnick. Who's Chipnick?
I don't know his name.
Chapek
Chapek?
Chapek?
or
Bob
Paycheck,
Chapek.
as they like to call
I
him?
don't know his name.
Oh, that Chipnick guy.
He ain't my friend.
Bob
but-
Chapek.
Chapek. The food was reasonably priced in today's inflationary state. Like when compared to just outside food, it was not that much more expensive. Maybe $1 or $2. But the food wasn't terribly overpriced.
I mean,
I mean,
Churros
churros
and
are
stuff were
right.
still
$5
ridiculously
for a
overpriced,
churro
but-
is insane. But
I mean, but they've always been $5.
they've always been outrageous.
yeah,
but
that-
like
that too.
chicken tenders or hamburgers, anything that you buy inside the park, burritos, not that much more expensive versus
Yeah.
outside the park.
And the portion sizes, I will say that the portion sizes that you get at Disney are a lot larger than. So yeah, you're paying 10,
Yeah.
$15 for a meal, but it's huge. You know,
And they
you
still
could,
allow outside food too, which surprised me.
Yeah, you gotta
There was
keep
a
it in
time
the
in the
locker, though,
90s.
right?
No, you can carry it around.
Can you?
Yeah,
Really?
absolutely.
I'm
Yep.
bringing a cooler full of
Yep.
sandwiches.
In the 90s, they wouldn't let you do it. Yeah, you can, legitimately.
Bunch of PB&Js and
Well,
chips.
before
And
COVID,
it's great with a kid because if you got a kid, you just throw it on the bottom of the stroller and you just have like a little snack pack that you
or
go
just a
back
whole
to.
bunch of
Before COVID,
frozen
when-
Uncrustables. By the time
when I
they're
would
hungry, they're
sh-
nice and defrosted.
yeah, when I would show up with food and stuff, they would make us keep it in the outside locker, and then you got
That's
to
how
go
it
to
used
that.
to be.
Yeah, you got to go to that area to eat it and stuff. It's not like that anymore.
Not
at all.
anymore. Nope. They had a picnic area way back in the day that you had to eat outside the park.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Hmm.
Chipmunk changed that. So something in our favor.
so he made it to where
But-
you can bring in your own food, but then raise prices on everything else. Got it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
now you're paying more for the experiences than you are the food, right?
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk about. So going back to ticket prices real quick. So everybody gets Genie Day with their park admission. Now you got to get theme park tickets. Then you within 60 days, you got to make a theme park reservation. So that's the new process for people who haven't been in a while.
Which I like. I like it.
If you're going to park hop, which means you can do 2 parks in one day, you have to make a reservation for your initial park. And then after 2 p.m., then you can park hop to the other park. So in this case, it'd be Disneyland, California Adventure, vice versa. Now you have this
Hold on one second, Greg.
additional.
I love the fact that whenever you talk about Disneyland, it's like a father talking to his son. Like
I
you're
know.
so intense, and like you're giving this stare. Like, all right,
because
all right,
with
Dad,
you,
I'll
you
do
All right,
it.
so-
cut
so
me
you
off
unroll the
every 2
condom.
minutes, and I can't get
Wait,
my point across.
When I was there, they let us park hop after 1.
Was it 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It could be
I think
different
their
on
official
other
thing-
days.
I could be wrong. Shit changes all the time. But
Yeah.
anyway, so then you have Genie Plus. Okay. Now Genie Plus is I think 15 or it's the price is different depending on what your ticket combination is. Now what Genie Plus is Genie Plus is like their former fast pass system. So you go in there, you select a ride like a return time, and then you get to go into their lightning lane, as they call it. It used to be fast pass lane. Now
Yeah.
it's lightning lane. Okay. Now I think it's like $15 or $20 a day or whatever on your ticket. And then you can every hour make a new Genie, plus selection. On top of that, they have what is called individual lightning lanes where you can pay a la carte. So like say for Rise of the Resistance or
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
Cars.
and Cars, right? Yeah. So then on those, depending on the day, you can pay anywhere between $15 to I think up to $35 per person to get an individual lightning lane for those high tiered attractions. Now
the
the
prices
thing
changed.
about
It changed when I was in the park based on volume and how long the wait time was for
Yeah.
Rise. That one I actually saw change.
yeah, they change it day by day based on like crowds and stuff like that. So like on a slower day, you're going to pay less for the individual lightning lane, and on busier days you're going to pay more.
Let me tell you a quick story,
But
Greg.
hold on,
'Cause-
just
'cause
my
you're running
final
on.
point. My final point.
Ah.
The individual lightning lane. So here's the thing: you can make an individual lightning lane and a Genie Plus selection at the same time. So say it's 1:00, you do an individual lightning lane for Rise, and then you have a Genie Plus for Matterhorn. Then you can do those at the same time. But that's only for that. If you're just using Genie Plus, then you have to wait at the end of each hour or whatever your selection is, and then you can make more. Now I'm
Greg,
done.
do you work
I-
for Disney?
No, I'm a
He-
fuck.
he's
I
should.
just-
I've
he's just-
tried to tell you guys I'm the
He-
Disney guy.
He's just reading the terms
know?
and agreement from their website right now.
Seriously,
The,
he did it all.
I
he's-
know my shit, dude, and you
so
guys
here's
take me for granted.
so I went up to use my Genie Plus on one of the gates, and I was like, "Hey, I got a fast pass," and they looked at me with such scorn. They're like, fast pass, Genie Plus, sir." I was like, "Dude, fuck you, man."
It's like going to Starbucks and ordering a large. I'm like, what?
yeah.
Like they get mad at you, like I'm sorry I didn't use the right lingo, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god. Duper, did you get a droid while you were there?
No, man.
Why?
No. Because I bought every other possible toy in the park. And my daughter's not quite into that yet, so I wasn't pushing it. It
Oh
would have
my
been
God.
for me, and it wouldn't.
Which
have
ones
been
did
for
you
her.
get, Lee?
Oh, I'll show you mine.
And how
Says
many
his
did
whole
you get
shelf's
for
gonna break.
yourself as
I
opposed to your
built-
kids?
I built an R2 unit,
Nice. Fuck yeah.
and he's cute.
So how much was it in total?
So this
know-
is
so-
where.
So I prepare my wallet accordingly.
So first off, I love this thing.
Yeah.
I know Greg loves his. This thing is freaking awesome, right? And then like my kids got some too, so we'll all get together and like watch the droids interact and everything. And it's freaking amazing. Now, the thing that pissed me off about these droids, and I'm sure Greg could attest to this, right, is you walk in there and it's $99.99 to build a droid,
Ooh,
right?
$100.
So $100,
This is what I had to spend my money on. Is
all the stuffed animals.
yes,
On
a
Nightmare
lot.
Before Christmas shit.
So
Just some of them, yeah.
yeah. So I walk in and it was me and my two kids that built droids, and then Melody and the youngest one built one together. Right. So I got 4 droids.
Ooh.
So I'm already $430 into this.
Oh,
Do they
yeah.
fight?
No.
The
It's not
spider
battle
ones.
bots.
The
It's
spider
not
talk
battle
to each
bots.
No, the spider ones over in Web Slingers, they fight with each other.
Oh, those things are awesome. We got those a long time ago.
Oh, are they fun?
Yeah.
I thought about buying one, but
Yeah, they're pretty
Gwen
fun.
wasn't into it. She
But
decided
see,
to buy
even
Oogie
there,
Boogie instead.
even there, it's the same stuff. You buy the spider, and then you got to get all the add-ons. And with this thing, right, you walk in there and you pay $100 to quote unquote build your own droid, right? But then you have to go with the basic colors and the basic parts and the basic stuff. And if you want to make yours actually personalized, you have to spend money outside of that. You have to get your personality chips. You have to get the different colors for the body and all that stuff. There's all the different some of the accessories I get, like if you want a blaster, or they have R2D2 serving tray.
I'd buy that shit.
You know, they have that
It'd
kind
be
of
like
stuff.
Rocky 3 for me.
So like those
Just
kind of
coming in serving me food.
those kind of extras, I understand. That's fine. Put them on the shelves and sell them. But I'm walking in there and I'm paying $100 to build my own droid. I should be able to customize my color too.
And that's where they get you, because they know everybody wants to customize their stuff, right? It's the same thing with the lightsabers too.
Yeah.
Different kyber crystals and then all that stuff.
Dude, it's such a fucking racket. Last time I went with
It is.
with Sheila, I was drooling over the lightsabers, and I was like, I really wanted one, and I was just like, nah, I can't do it right now.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
what
oh my
you're
God.
paying for is the experience, because
Yeah, a
it's
couple
over.
years ago, we bought a lightsaber for my brother-in-law. It was a double lightsaber, so it was. I remember it being pricey. It was kind of pricey.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and yeah, you talk about the experience, but even then, the experience wasn't necessarily worth it to me for what I paid, because I'm sitting there and I'm trying to build the droid the way that I want, but then I got this guy hovering my shoulder telling me that I'm wrong with everything.
Dude, that's what I was gonna.
You're not doing it right.
It was
Dude,
an employee.
Did you feel rushed? Because I
Yeah,
felt at
they
Disney
would
World,
not-
I felt rushed, and they're like, pick this droid or this droid, an R2 or a
Yeah.
BB droid, and then you got this head and this body and this, and then go over there, pick it out, and then come over here, and then like the whole time, because they're trying to get more and more people through there,
Yeah.
so they can make as many droids as possible, and then you don't really have time, and it's an endless conveyor belt.
Have you guys
yeah.
never worked?
Droid
Have you guys
part.
never worked on an assembly line? They're just
have.
going to give you a true,
see-
authentic feel of what it's like to be on the Ford
And
assembly
trust me,
line.
they fucking did, because I'm standing there and me and my one kid cannot make up our minds on what legs we want for these fucking things. And the guy is like hovering our shoulder telling us, like, you got to pick something. And if you're going to be doing the C unit, you got to get these short stubby legs. And I'm like, well, I don't want the short stubby legs. I want these legs. Yeah, but if you do that, then you got like the wheel for the front won't work. Well, maybe I don't want the wheel. You know, maybe I want to do it this way. And if you ask me, I piece these all together, it'll work just fucking fine.
Did you
But
tell
sure.
Did you tell him a Genie Plus pass is basically a
Yes.
fast pass? It's the same shit. Get
I
off
did.
my ass, brother.
And then he's sitting there telling me, okay, so the entire time he's telling me I'm wrong. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not wrong because I'm customizing my own fucking droid. Get
Did
away
you
from
make
me.
fun of his mom?
And no, I
You
should
should
have.
have. You should have.
And then,
Like, you're a bitch, and so is your aunt.
yeah, and then, you know, he's telling me like, no, what you need is these parts. And I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me when they come out on the conveyor belt, because I've been standing here for 15 minutes and haven't seen one. Right. And then finally, like, one comes by and he's like, yeah, it's this one right here. And I'm like, that's the first one I've seen. And like I said, I've been standing here for fucking ever. You know, like, get off my ass. Let me and my kid do it the way we want to do it, and let me the fuck alone. You know, I didn't pay $100 for you to hover me and tell me that I'm wrong and rush me along. Like, get the fuck
Now
you.
I feel like I'm happy I didn't buy a droid. I thought about it, but you went like midday, right?
No, we did the droids at night.
Did you? Yeah, because I walked by it one night and it was empty in there, and I thought about
Yeah.
going in there and just doing it, and then
Yeah, I had made my reservation
not
for it at like 7:50 at night, because I figured the later I do it, the easier it'll be to like walk it out to the car quicker.
Yeah.
And yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot of people. What they did do was people started showing up after the fact, and they sure as shit let everyone in to crowd me.
Oh, fuck
You know,
them.
I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm trying to find
You
these
should-
parts and do all this shit.
What
And
you
then all
should
of a
have done
sudden-
is started coughing.
I did.
Lee
I mean,
always
it
coughs. You know that.
turned
He can't
out
help himself.
It actually turned out me and my kids were the sick ones at Disneyland.
you should have just declared
Fucking
that you had
patient
COVID.
zeros over here.
Yeah, we were the ones actually passing the shit around, but I didn't fucking know, because every other kid there was hacking up a fucking lung. So we got
Should've
back
just
and
started
realized
talking
we had the
about
same
monkeypox.
shit. I should have. No, Elliot, don't touch that. Remember the monkeypox? We don't want to get anybody else sick.
What, Daddy?
Yeah.
He's, like,
Monkeypox.
Dude, and then the lightsaber thing, I didn't do the lightsaber because I just couldn't bring myself to spend $220 per saber because they raised the prices a couple weeks ago.
telling you, dude, but they're so dope. I wanted to get
Well-
the dark saber the last time I was there.
I
Yeah.
almost bought one for myself, not gonna lie. But then I thought logically, and I thought, what the f am I gonna do with that thing? Like,
Whatever
I'm not gonna
you
sit
want
at
because you're a
home.
fucking grown ass man
I'm
and those
not-
things
I'm
are
not gonna be like,
badass.
oh,
Exactly.
Yeah, look at Greg.
yeah, they're gonna
Greg's
be-
sitting here with two of them in the background.
I know. And how
Duper, you're
often-
thinking too
what-
much like a Republican. Just do
Where
it.
okay, where I almost got screwed with that shop though. So we didn't do the build experience, but I did walk into the shop to look, right? And I'm looking through the glass case, and it's funny because they're all lined up like knives or guns would be at a gun store,
Yeah.
you know. And you walk in there, and all the
Yeah.
hilts are there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, I'm looking at them all. I'm like, oh my god,
That's where I
right?
bought mine at. Yeah. Well, my brother-in-law's.
Yeah. So I'm looking at them, and I'm like, oh man, these things are beautiful. And like I'm talking to the guy, and I was looking at Luke Skywalker's,
Yeah.
and he comes over and I think Luke's was like 149 just for the hilt. And then he's like, yeah, if you want to get the blade and this and that, all that stuff, it's extra. And I was like, yeah, but what if I just want the hilt? I mean, do I need everything else? No, I can just take the fucking hilt home and display that.
You could have told him that you actually have Jedi powers, and the
Yeah, I know.
blade will come out with your mind.
It will work for me. Fuck you.
You're like,
And,
I can make a Jedi sound. Zoom, zoom,
I think I would have screwed myself and actually spent money in that store had they had Kenobi's saber there.
Yeah.
Fucking
But they
brother-in-law
didn't.
wanted
I'm
the Darth
going-
Maul one.
I'm going in a couple weeks, and I already got sabers, and I already got droids. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, do I need another saber?
Yes.
You always
I
need
don't
another
know.
saber.
I got some serious haterade from Greg when I was at the park, though.
Did you?
Yeah,
do you mean?
absolutely. So
I was
text
hating?
Greg.
Were you cutting
and
me
I
off?
said,
That's why?
I said, Greg, I maxed out the score on Astro Blasters,
You
and
maxed out the
I
score.
maxed it out, dude. Max 9s all the way across.
Was
dude.
your machine
Fucking-
broken?
I'll tell you
That's
how
what
he.
Greg said. You guys are haters, dude.
Like,
I know,
I-
dude.
I
I was
feel
on
it
It was
was
fucking
fire.
broken. It was
That
fucking
shit,
broken.
That shit was nines at the
Wait
very
for it.
beginning.
Wait for it.
Because if you didn't take a picture at the 0 and then at the end, I call bullshit, good sir.
So what happened was he
Bullshit.
scored a 9. His daughter scored 99, and then everyone else in the car had their cumulative total that was crazy, and they hit almost a million.
And then, dude, on Web Slingers, dude, it was me, these two dudes, and my daughter. We got like a top 3 score on our like on the day.
Man.
Like on the when you're walking out, they have like a screen up there that shows you like the
So,
top.
so what you're
scores.
saying is you already have the fleshlight in your possession, and your hand is just that good.
What I'm saying is we could have been the top score if my daughter would have held her weight.
If she had pulled her own.
Did you tell her after we done that you fucked up? You fucked up.
I did. I said,
Dude,
honey,
Like, I'm gonna leave you here for somebody else to pick
You know, that
up.
was the other thing too, is the park was at capacity, and almost every other ride we got on broke down while we were on it,
Yeah.
including Web Slingers, the Spider-Man one.
here we go.
We're on it, and all of a sudden it just shuts down, and then it's rebooting, and the Windows PC logo's popping up and shit, and my kids were freaking out. 999999.
Maxed out.
Is that
out.
the speedometer for the cart because it's broken?
No,
Yeah.
dude, I scored that, dude. Man, y'all don't understand.
I'm waiting for him to tell you what happened because he
And then-
texted
and
me
then-
right afterwards and told
And
me.
then look, that's what you
Okay.
get. So I'm a
So-
level 7 galactic hero.
So, question for you.
yeah.
What was broken on the ride that you got that?
So sometimes
Let's hear the
they-
story.
sometimes they stop the ride. I assume to put handicap people on the ride.
Oh
They
yeah.
stopped me right at like one of the triangles, like right in front of it. So like I turned it and just boom, 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 boom. Like killed it, man.
So what I hear is you're blaming handicapped people for your problems.
No, I'm
his
I'm
successes.
loving
he's-
handicapped
yeah,
people
he's
for my
thanking them.
success. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, okay.
Somebody
okay.
had
But-
slowed the ride
but-
down at the right spot for me.
But I like how me and Lee both came to the same conclusion.
Yeah.
Where's
Oh, the
ride
gun must have been
breakdown
broken.
at?
Yeah.
No.
And then
there's
I told,
only one way you get that score, and that's if a handicapped person gets on it and you're right next to the triangle. And
I
then
told
you're
Dupe
good to go.
afterwards too. I said sometimes, like I know in Disney World, like if you get like a top score like that, then they'll give you like a sticker or something.
Yeah,
They're like,
shit,
oh, it's on. And then he got all like pissed off. I didn't get no fucking sticker.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just got
You know
the
what else,
stupid
dude?
picture.
Is my my 2-year-old wanted to keep the glasses from Web Slingers,
Did you
Oh,
let him?
Dude, take them.
right? So we're walking out, and I actually had an employee chase me down.
What?
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Did they jump kick you?
They
Did they
should
come?
have
Did they
felt like they
web?
did.
Did they web from the building? Web down?
She chased us down and she was like, glasses, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I kept walking and she literally kept up with me.
You should have said eBay.
Yeah.
Was she yelling at you to come back here, you dirty Jew?
No, she
Trying to
literally
steal
followed
shit?
me. She wouldn't leave us. I was like, oh my God, you're not going to leave my side until I give you the glasses back. So I took them from my 2-year-old who started crying and I gave them to her. And then, he had his little bubble machine and forgot she ever existed. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
That worked out.
But I was seriously impressed with her tenacity to follow me around the park until I gave her the fucking
because
glasses
it's a
back.
new ride and all the bosses are around, and
At the end of the day, Lee, did your kids have fun?
Yes.
Was it worth it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I
Did you
spent
come
so
back
much
broke?
money at that park, spent so much money on all these upcharges, and I walk out, and I was actually at the park like day 4 or whatever, thinking about that. Like, damn, this cost a lot of money,
Yeah.
but it was worth every penny just to see Gwen light up the way that she did.
Oh yeah. But we were only there one day, and I came back broke, Art.
And
Yeah,
and
man.
I also say,
And
like,
it was a
so
good day.
we like to complain so much about the price of admission to those parks, but dude, I've gone to Golden Knights games where the tickets were more expensive for a 3-hour event.
Yeah.
And I don't get the same amount of joy from it than seeing my daughter light up the way she does when we go to Disneyland.
I will say that one of the conversations that I had was we're walking around and we're talking and I was just thinking to myself, like, how do all these people afford this? Like the way that they're doing it, for days on end and so on and so forth. And then after the fact, I was thinking to myself and I was like, I guess if you're not in too terrible of a spot, I mean, look at us. We went with 4 kids and we were having a good time and we were able to afford it just fine. So I'm thinking to myself, why am I questioning other people when really, as long as you're in a good spot in life and you're able to do it, who gives a shit how you can do it?
Yeah,
Just
I
go
was
do
there and I was thinking, dude, I could have gone to Rome for the amount of money.
Yeah,
here at Disney.
we could have taken a European vacation for a week.
I could have. But you know what? I'll do it again next year too, and I probably will. I'm thinking about going back for Christmas, honestly, even though it was very expensive. I don't know.
I still think there's certain parts where they're starting to price us out of certain experiences. But
what are they pricing you out on?
Especially when it comes to the cruise lines and everything. Greg,
The
you know
cruise
what I'm
lines
talking
are,
about.
so the cruise lines are tough because I've never been on one, and if I had never been to Disneyland Park, I would probably sit back and I would be able to just shit on it and say, you know what, it's not worth the amount of money that you guys are paying. It's
not
insane.
at all.
But
I'll tell you what, the Disney cruise is probably the best experience I've had from Disney ever.
But for kids,
especially for kids.
Yeah, I did it when I was younger with my family.
Because I've never been on one, and I've thought about it, but
actually, I'm going on a Disney cruise in a week and a half, so I'll tell you more about that when I get back to it.
But what is there for kids on that?
So basically every cruise ship is a little bit different, but in general they have like I think 3 or 4 different kids clubs, right? And they break it down by age. So I don't know the division of, they got like one for tweens and one for older.
I don't want her locked in a room
teens,
just coloring all day. That's not what she's going to be doing, right?
So we talked to many of people who have done cruises, and they're like, I always had the same thought. Like, we'll go on a cruise, and then I'll put my daughter or son in one of these rooms, and then they're going to come back an hour later, and they're just going to be miserable, right?
Yeah.
But on the contrary, what ends up happening to a lot of people that I talk to is that they're like, dude, once I like show my kids the kids clubs, I don't see them for the entire cruise. The only time I see them is for fucking dinner or lunch or breakfast.
I will attest to this fact. When I was younger, I think the only time I saw my parents was for dinner.
Yeah. And then they have different things on there too.
Serious.
Like they have like these little, like I think they do it through the app now, but they used to have these.
But you're not
types of
selling
phones.
me as the parent that I am. So I'm an involved parent and I enjoy my kid, right?
Wow. So you're saying the people who go on a Disney cruise with their kids aren't involved?
But you're just trying to sell me on the fact that I don't have to interact with my child at all. That's your selling point so far.
You just asked me what is there to do for kids.
What are they going to do? You haven't told me what they do in this room.
Dude, there's like different kids clubs that are all different. They got some that are like more kid oriented. They got like a Marvel Academy on one of them. Dude, it all depends on the ship that you're on. There's 5 different ships. They all have different kids clubs broken down by age, broken down by activity and whatever. The thing that I was trying to stress is that if you're worried about your kids having a good time or not having a good time, they're going to have a great time.
Who am I gonna hang out
it
with?
gives you some R&R on the cruise.
You're gonna hang out with other adults while you drink and gamble.
Yeah, but
Well, you
fuck,
can't
are they all
gamble on
going to
a
be
Disney
married?
cruise, but
Is
They
there
had gambling back when I went.
on these
Activities.
things?
Not on a Disney cruise.
Back
Are
when
they
I
most-
went, they had gambling.
Are
Yeah,
they
you
mostly
went
all
on a
married,
different
or is there single ladies, or what?
No, it was a Disney cruise, but I was, how old was I? 13.
They've never had gambling on.
Yes,
a
they
Disney.
have.
Like you're probably thinking about Royal Caribbean, where they got like craps tables and fucking like Vegas casinos and shit.
No,
on
this was
cruise.
a Disney cruise. It might not have been Disney Cruise Lines back then, but it was a Disney cruise, and it left from Florida, went down to the Bahamas, came back, and it was all included with like your Disney World vacation.
Maybe, I don't know.
Um,
I'm still gonna call shenanigans, but
You're gonna
is it
call
mostly-
shenanigans?
yes.
Hey, fuck you, Greg.
Hey,
The,
Greg is our Disney Wikipedia over here.
Yes.
Yeah, but his Wikipedia only goes back to 2020 apparently.
Oh well, then you know what? It's not very up to date.
It doesn't appear that they have gambling on their cruises.
I just said
I'm
that.
also talking
God
back
damn
in
it,
like
Hubert.
1999.
Yeah,
When you
I
were
can't-
how old?
I was like 13, 14,
You were
15.
13 or 14 back in 1999.
15. How old was I in 1999?
are there single people on these cruises, Greg?
What?
Are there single women on these?
Are you
cruises?
judging me right now, Art?
No, I'm just
I'm
trying to get- 'cause
assuming
I
yes,
I
but
seriously
if you're
don't know how
looking
old
for
you are,
that,
'cause
then do like
because I keep on
adult
saying thinking
cruises
that
on
you're my
Carnival
age,
and
but I know
stuff.
you're younger.
I'm turning 37 in 2 months.
Yeah, you're 5 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But like Carnival and all that doesn't have. I mean, I don't know. Every cruise line's different, right? The two things that stood out for me for Disney Cruise is one, the like customer service. But I guess all cruise lines do this. They really set the bar on customer service.
They don't rush
And
you out the robot factory.
No, that like their customer service is just fucking phenomenal. You have the same waiter that follows you to each restaurant. So they have this thing called rotational dining.
That's called
Dude,
stalking.
that was a stalker, dude. That wasn't a waiter, bro.
No, dude.
Yeah,
God.
he's trying to touch your butt. He's trying to touch your butt and get your cell phone so that he can send you dick pics. later.
Well, his fucking service was on point. I'll tell you that. fucking true right there.
Like I don't care how big his
No.
dick is, but he brought me breadsticks all the time.
But so for each restaurant you go to on your rotational dining, your server crew goes with you, so they get to know you, they get to know your preferences, what you like. Food's phenomenal. The service is fucking
Do you call 'em the
phenomenal.
help?
Huh?
Do you call them to help
The help? No,
Yeah.
I don't.
peasants?
No.
Is there like
But-
a bell that you ring? You're like,
Or
oh,
Ding, ding, ding,
Jarvis,
ding, ding.
a
Jarvis.
top hat and a monocle?
He didn't wear a monocle, okay?
No,
God.
No, you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Walk with a cane.
My
He's
head
walking
is
around.
too
He's
big
walking
for
around
that.
in a full
Yeah.
tails, like
Yeah.
swinging around a cane. You know, looking down at people, like flinging his nose at others, like you're beneath me.
I'm telling you, go on a Disney cruise, man. You won't regret it. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, you will, because there's no casinos.
Yeah, or strip clubs.
Yeah.
Does
Are there
any?
strip clubs on other cruises?
Yeah. Are there?
Yes.
I don't know. There should be though.
It's called clubs with really drunk women.
Hey,
Drunk women?
Touche.
Drunk
'Cause-
women.
Are you drunk right now?
Was asking a little bit ago if there were like single women on these cruises, and I think Duper is trying to find himself a singles club.
Yeah, he is.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah, singles cruise.
In which case, he just needs to ditch the kid for a week and go on that Bud Light
Yeah.
fucking concert tour
Yeah.
cruise.
Go
Come
back
back.
that one with the Gronk cruise.
Okay, so Disney
I
has
don't want to
never.
be hanging out with a bunch of bros, dude.
Okay,
That just
so
sounds
question.
like a shitty frat party.
I can't find it, but I'm assuming it wasn't a Disney cruise line that operated back in 1999, but it was an all-inclusive thing. Not all-inclusive. I don't know what the fuck my parents did, but it was a thing that was included with Walt Disney World, and it was a cruise to the Bahamas, and then you came back and all that stuff. But it had casinos on it.
I believe you. I believe.
Oh
you.
no, I know. I'm trying to get Greg to figure out what cruise line it was then.
But
So,
Greg, on
the
other
Disney
hand,
Magic-
He's a Disney Nazi, and he's
The
like,
Disney
no,
Magic
I know.
was the
Don't you
first
dare
cruise ship.
besmirch Mickey's name with your gambling.
And the Disney Magic launched in 1997.
1998.
So it's possible that
First
You
cruise
know.
was 1998.
it was May 13th, 1997.
Nope, I just looked at it on Wikipedia. Your phone is wrong.
Your phone is wrong. It's an Apple phone.
Your
It's always
face
wrong.
is wrong.
I literally just looked at it. The first, it kept getting postponed, and its first sale date was like July of 1998.
I really don't care what.
I
her
honestly
state
have
was.
no idea. I'm just making him Google things.
I mean,
Dude, you live 4 hours away from
Vegas
Vegas
already
and like an hour
Disney
away
and-
from any Native American casinos, and you want to gamble on a cruise ship?
No, I don't want to gamble on a cruise ship.
Well, then why are you talking about it?
I don't want to gamble at all. I don't really
He's just
care. I
saying
was
that it was
just,
available.
yeah, I was just saying like it's on
Oh.
there.
Just makes him feel good.
Why are you yelling at
Just
me?
making conversation. God damn, this is a podcast.
I don't know if cruises are my thing, man. Like,
I've never
Dude.
been on a cruise, and I would like to take one just so I say that I.
No,
that
dude,
I'm
let's
one.
book one. Let's book a podcast tour on a cruise.
Well,
What are we gonna do?
I would love to do that, but I would really like to go with the wife before I do anything.
Well, I mean, the wives would come, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure.
And then we'd find Duper a single lady.
Ooh, fuck yeah! All the wives can be.
See,
fucking
Duper
wingmen.
wants a single Disney lady. That's what he's
No,
looking
he
for.
doesn't. He just wants a. Normal
That's why he's
person.
asking for single women
yeah,
on
I
a
just-
cruise.
No, I just want a normal person. Yeah,
Yeah, he just
Oh,
A
okay.
normal person.
he just wants a normal anti-vaxxed person.
that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Republican anti-vax person.
Republican anti-vax.
Conservative,
She's not
conservative.
Republican and anti-vax. I don't fucking want her.
God,
I don't care if
smells.
she's perfect. I don't care if she's like
I would never transfuse blood with this person.
I don't care if she gives bomb head.
No, it's just the vaccine talking if it's that great.
what?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
Right here,
you're
most
fake
women that
vaccinated
give
anyway. I
bomb
don't even
head
know what
are
you're talking
the-
about.
I know. I had the J&J back in, when was it? 2020. But I'm still here to tell my story, so it's fine.
He lived.
Based on how many times I've had COVID since, like who the fuck needs a vaccine anymore or shit?
Oh my god! I think you are COVID at this point.
I
Dude.
still haven't had it.
It's funny because like we're all
Good for
sick
you,
and
man.
shit.
I'm really happy for you. I really.
He
am.
says he hasn't. He could have.
Dude, I tested every time I got sick throughout COVID.
Who said you have to be sick with COVID?
Well, okay,
Yeah,
so
I mean, yeah. You.
The only reason I knew I had COVID this last time around is because I got the shits.
But then again, these PCR tests. I mean, not the PCR tests. The at-home tests that they send home. They're not picking
dude,
up.
I
on
did
on new strains.
the actual test
Oh, yeah,
multiple
PCR
times,
test?
many times.
Dude,
Every time I got sick, I had to
so
take
I
it.
went
like,
to
like I said, I'm really happy for you that you haven't gotten it. I mean, good
I
for
went
you.
to Walgreens
This
and got these
sucks.
ones.
You don't
What are they
want that.
called? Flowvax or Flovent or something like that.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tests there. Those ones have been the best tests by
Really?
far.
Really?
Yeah.
I
I
got
have
my
other tests
flu.
that would
I got
return
the
like
ones from
negatives and
Pfizer, and then I
positives
got
and
the
shit.
ones that they sent over, like the government sent. So
Oh,
I
those
got-
are
China one?
terrible. They're
I got-
absolutely
I got a
terrible.
shit ton, and they're all the same. They're all the same shit. So
I'm determined to believe that those all give false negatives just to keep their numbers low.
I don't know. The one I took worked.
Well, that's just because you were super COVID.
yeah.
Oh, I'm super
the-
COVID.
the-
Yeah, you-
super duper COVID.
There was no hiding that one.
Greg got COVID the second time just to cover for me. I appreciate it, buddy.
I was like, I really want to look out for my boys. Get
Yeah.
COVID twice.
I want to make sure we meet the quota for the podcast. I'll take it
Okay.
twice.
So
Well, I've only gotten it once, so knock
Yeah.
on wood.
back to Disney.
Yeah.
I would gladly do it again.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely.
Of
And that's the you're spending a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
You know everything's overpriced. Besides the food, like I said.
But it's
but
worth it to see the look on your kids' faces having the time of their life.
absolutely. The
know what, though?
sixth day when we woke up and my daughter, like I had to tell my daughter we couldn't go back to the park. I was like, we're just gonna go to the beach, or we get to go to the beach today. She's like, I don't want to go to the
Like,
beach.
I wanna go to the
I want to go back into Disneyland. What are you
Like,
talking
Yeah,
I
about?
want a
like-
$10 churro. God damn it!
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, she's a little bit disappointed. We had fun at the beach too once we
Yeah.
got there, but yeah, it's a magical experience for kids, man, and for kids like Greg too, I guess.
Like last year was I went twice. I was fortunate enough to be able to go twice. Once I took the kids. The second time it was just an adult trip with me and the wife, and we took Tiberius for his first trip, and it was amazing. Like the whole walk up, because they didn't have the tram anymore, so we had to make we had to hump it from the parking structure all the way up to the gate, and the whole way up they have like the signs up with the characters and everything like
Mhm.
that, and he's just like the signs alone are blowing his mind.
Yeah, right.
I'm
You
like,
could have
oh.
just turned around at that point, saved
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah, he would have been fine. I'm like, oh, buddy, you have no idea what's in store for
Yeah.
you. And so we get in the park. He starts seeing everything. And like, oh. And the wife and I were like, what the fuck do we do first? I have no fucking clue. But let's just start walking.
Yeah, Gwen makes me play the Pirates of the Caribbean song in the car all the time now. It was special when we were first we went there just last year, right? And this year we walk in the park and she sees the castle and she says, Daddy, look, the castle. And she's so excited to see it. And there were just so many moments like that. Uh, only Disneyland can do that. You can go to Universal Studios and it's not the same.
It truly isn't. It truly
Well, no,
isn't.
because see, and that the thing with Universal and Disneyland though is Disneyland actually blocks out the surrounding world, and they do
Yeah,
it on
they do.
purpose to encase you in that world of fantasy.
Like,
Universal doesn't do that. You can see the
Disneyland
hills and the golf
itself
courses and all that shit behind it.
flies up.
Yeah.
Like
I-
their
they-
airspace, you cannot fly over their airspace.
Yeah, and they put scents in the air. They put music in your ears. They totally, it's all encompassing the
Yeah.
experience at Disney.
Well,
And what's crazy is like I thought about taking her to Legoland, and I also thought about taking her to the Knott's Berry Farm. And then in both of those situations, I'm like, why am I going to spend the money to go there when I can just go to Disneyland?
Yeah,
They would have to be significantly cheaper for me to take my daughter there.
what were you gonna say, Greg?
No, I was just gonna say it's different for you guys because you're locals, right? So, I mean, it's a little bit different than takes a little bit more planning for like me and Dupe to like even go out there, even though we're 4 hours away. And I was surprised. There's a shit ton of people that are in Vegas that are huge Disney fans, like
Yeah.
huge
When I was
Disneyland
broke-
fans at that. You know,
Well, when I was broke-ish, I can't. I mean, when my son was young, and I wasn't as lucky as I am today. I used to do turnaround trips to Disneyland with my son. I mean, they were brutal long trips, but they were fun.
yeah.
But I just
Dude,
couldn't afford the hotel.
Those long days turn out to be some of the best days ever.
Not the drive home because
Well,
Yeah.
no, yeah, those fuckers are in the back seat knocked out, and you're just like, "What the fuck did I just agree to?"
yeah.
Were you like, oh, Rick's house is only like an hour and a half away?
Yeah.
Can I
that
make
drive
it?
is brutal too, man. Fuck.
Yeah, it is. It's a long drive. It's a long, tiring drive after a long day at the park.
Yeah.
Getting a hotel and doing it that way, if you can do it that way, phenomenal. That's another thing I think about too. Is so we complain about the park ticket and how much it costs to get in the park, but dude, I was spending $250, $260 a night on a bed. Like, dude, that's a ripoff to me. Like, hotels piss me off because I don't spend a lot of time in the hotels wherever I go. I know some people really like the hotel experience and they like to just lounge in there, and I get that. If that's your thing, then spending $500, $600, $700, $800 a night, if that's your thing, cool, man, enjoy it. But for me, I just need a bed. That's it. I need a place where I can sleep for 8 hours, take a shower, and then go back to my day.
So what you're saying is the next time I go to Vegas, your house is open to me just to come and crash and take a shower and go back to
Yeah, absolutely, man.
a drunk fool on the boulevard.
Yeah, absolutely, anytime.
Fuck yeah.
Mine too.
Just
I'm a
don't
lot
let-
closer though.
Just
Greg
don't let
is-
Rick
but-
give you directions.
No,
Greg is a lot closer.
I don't trust Rick with anything car related.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
last time
and you're right to do so.
Yeah, the last time I was in a car with Rick was when he had that Volvo and it was a 5-speed. He just kept on stalling everywhere we went.
my house is kind of far from the city, but it's less stabby than Greg's, so it's up to you.
Well, you know what? The stabbing ratio could outweigh the closeness.
Yeah, it could.
I mean, it depends on how authentic you want your Vegas experience. to be.
Yeah.
I mean, are you looking for like bums and homeless people?
I want the whitewashed version of Vegas.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, then
yeah.
don't come to Vegas, bro.
We
I'm
had
telling
a
you.
homeless dude up here once, and we chased him out of here.
Ironically enough, dude, there was somebody that fucking got caught. I think they stabbed like 4 homeless people. Like, did you hear about that, Duper?
No, they
Like-
stabbed homeless people.
Yeah, dude, they stabbed.
Well,
and
wasn't
killed-
another homeless dude
they
that stabbed
stabbed-
him or what?
No, it was just some other. I don't know all the details, but Yeah, this person just went by homeless people and started stabbing and killing them, dude. He
I'm
killed, like,
guessing it
4
was
homeless
another
people.
homeless person stabbing other homeless people.
Yeah, I don't know if they were. And I don't think they
Uh,
were. I
I'm
think
gonna
they
say it
just
was a
hated him.
middle-aged
like
white
a-
man who lived in the rolling hills of Vegas and just got tired of fucking homeless people and went around on a stabbing spree.
No, don't spread that
Was it
rumor.
Duper?
No.
Is this like a rebooted bum fights, but this time with weapons?
Yeah. Did you
I
film it
never
all?
liked those things, man. I don't know. They just, I don't know. I wasn't into that shit.
Duper just said he's middle-aged, man. I feel bad for you now.
Who said that?
You did.
Duper, you're middle aged.
I didn't say that, but you all said that about me.
I
So
wasn't even talking about you.
I mean,
I was just saying that it was
my
a
wife
a
makes
middle-aged
fun of me all
man
the time.
who lived in the rolling hills of Vegas and got tired of the homeless people and went around stabbing fools.
That's right. Did you
so
just
it wasn't all at one time. So this guy stabbed somebody on the
He's
14th.
looking it up right now. That's why he's ignoring it.
Yo, no shit.
Somebody on the
Like,
20th.
I do this.
Like it makes a difference. You know, I killed one guy this day and another dude this day. Hey, oh, yeah.
Well, no, that's just crazy. They weren't able to apprehend them after the first one because hopefully they would apprehend them after the first one, so then the rest of them wouldn't happen.
Maybe they were waiting for him to thin the herd before they arrested him.
Hey, legit question: is Vegas just like in a perpetual purge?
Can be.
What? Why?
Because homeless people just getting stabbed all the time. Like, who knows who does it? Whatever.
You know what's funny? Because like I wanted to dispute your statement there. Homeless people getting stabbed all the time, but this was not the first homeless person getting stabbed article that came up when I searched it. there's a few,
Oh shit, he got me.
but yeah, they don't give a reason as to why this guy was doing.
I mean, there's enough of them there to go around for everybody. So.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
not
just-
even including all the ones we get from California every month. Too.
Oh yeah, we ship all of them to you,
This was just some
and we're still overrun.
Next
was
day
an
shipping.
It was an
Next day
overweight white guy with the flock of seagulls haircut.
Fuck. Do you guys remember going to Long Beach one year and you couldn't even walk the streets without stepping over human feces because of all the homeless people?
No, I've never been.
Where was this?
Long Beach.
Yes, dude, I remember that over by the convention center.
Yeah, you
there's
were
all
with
kinds of
me, and we're
shit.
walking
Yeah.
through the convention center and all that stuff, and it was just human fecal matter and piss all over the sidewalks, and people sleeping everywhere, and none of it was cleaned up or anything like that. It's just there to rot away.
That's the reason I don't like to go to Fremont
places.
Street down here because it smells like urine. It just smells bad. So, I
Hmm.
mean, they have free concerts down here. They had the Pretty Reckless, and then Stone Temple Pilots coming out here next month. And I'm not even sure if I want to go see them, even though they're free concerts with huge bands. It's like, do I want to deal with the smell of urine everywhere I go?
Yeah. But there's a cool zip line.
Yeah, but all that does is get the urine smell in your
sold.
nostrils
Sold.
faster. Just makes it burn slightly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel if I'm gonna go to Long Beach, I'm either gonna go to Hamburger Mary's or to the aquarium.
Of course you are.
Hamburger
Why
Mary's
wouldn't
is
I, dude?
fun.
Hamburger Mary's is fun, and it's good
It's
food.
okay. It's not that fun.
I remember going to Hamburger Mary's
It's not-
and
this is
Duper
so
and Rick
stupid.
sat outside the entire fucking time just smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Are you
That's what I remember.
serious?
And we were talking to them. I mean, that I enjoy talking to people, like just sitting there and watching a bunch of idiots dance around and me throw money at them. If they're not women getting naked on stage, why am I going to throw dollars at you?
I mean, it's men dressed as women who will get naked for you any day of the week.
Was it the time that you guys
We're-
went?
no,
wasn't it
those were women
dressed
dressed as men.
When you and I went, yes.
Yeah,
But I was just saying in general for
And
the
in
other
general-
drag nights.
but
The
those are
one-
also not enjoyable to me.
The only time I went to Hamburger Mary's, a friend of the show, Albert, and I took my wife for her birthday.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun. We had fun. And
Yeah,
had,
see, this is not my scene.
I believe had an ostrich burger.
Yeah,
Mm.
no. And
I think that's why I
I'm
enjoy
trying to-
Hamburger Mary's so much, is because their food is amazing.
The food is amazing.
Yeah.
And I also had an awkward boner the entire time.
Did you?
what
I
is
did.
wrong?
I mean,
man.
I'm not going to judge you for that because I might have too.
No,
Yeah.
see, I
I
am
mean, I
judging
couldn't
you
tell.
guys.
Like really? That's a dude? Fuck. Give me a blindfold and I couldn't tell.
Until you felt the Adam's apple on your.
Well,
fucking thigh.
or the cock.
Your gun is sticking me in the hip.
That's no gun, good sir.
Fucking Ace Ventura.
Man, yeah, you can't make that movie today.
Oh, no,
That
you
scene when
cannot.
he was chewing all the big red and
Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is Finkel.
yeah, you can't. No,
Yeah,
that would.
I was actually trolling on TikTok earlier, and I came across this one guy who was doing a a series on movies you couldn't make in today's age, and that was one of them.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. What's funny is Jim Carrey's a big lib too,
Yeah,
and he
Well,
made that movie.
The main reason why that was one of them was because of everyone's reaction to the twist of the whole movie.
Well, that was his twist, though. It was Ace Ventura's reaction to the twist.
That's the thing. Like even though he's a big lib and it was funny back then, like the way because of the way the climate of everyone's perception of everything is today. Yeah, you couldn't make that movie today.
Oh, there's so many things you couldn't make today, though.
Oh no!
But you know what's interesting about that, though, is like
the movie Airplane. You couldn't make it.
Oh yeah, no.
But Finkel in that movie was not forthcoming with the fact that they had transitioned.
No,
and that's not ethical. It's just not.
But that's why it was funny.
That's what made it funny, though.
That's exactly what made it hilarious.
Back then, it was funny. Now, oh god, I'm not even gonna. I refuse to say it's funny because I don't want to get shamed.
Do you want to make Ace Ventura Part 3?
Yes.
I'm surprised some Gen Z hasn't found that movie and tried to cancel Jim Carrey about it.
Oh,
no, because they will laugh about it in the background, right?
Oh,
like just in
that's funny. But in the real, let's cancel Jim Carrey because it's making fun of trans people.
Dude, I rewatched Married with Children.
Dude, it's amazing.
Right? I love that show so much, but that's another show that you could not make in today's climate.
I keep on watching compilation videos of all of Al Bundy's insults.
They're amazing.
Or
there is a thing on Twitter that was going around over the weekend from Monty Python from 1977, and there was like 3 dudes and a woman sitting there, and one of the dudes is like, "I want to be a woman." And the other guy's like, "Why would you want to do that?" He's like, "I just feel like a woman. I identify as a woman." And like, this is from 1977. And he's like, why would you want to identify as a woman? He's like, "Because I want to have a baby." And he's like, "Men can't have babies." Like, "Well, I want to have a baby." And then the girl is like, "Well, he can identify as ever he wants and he can have a baby if he wants a baby." And then the guy in the middle is like, "Dude, men cannot have babies. You don't have a uterus." And like, it's funny because like, this is from 1977, which would have been humorous just in common culture, but then today you can't say that. Now we're like, yeah, no, he's a woman.
It's almost like the Simpsons prediction of the future right here. I tell you what.
Yeah.
Right. I send the pregnant emoji on the phone. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
I send that all the time when I'm full. That's my new I ate too much emoji.
I think that's what it's for. I hope.
How was dinner? And I'll just send the pregnant emoji. I'm having a food baby.
Oh, the food baby.
Man.
I like how we go from talking Disney
to this
kids to fucking
You're married.
The Hamburger Marys.
Who brought up Hamburger Marys?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. This has been the most organic conversation we've
had. And Greg just ruined it.
And let me tie it all together for you, Greg. So this conversation came from Lee talking about fecal matter on Long Beach, right? So I'll tell you
that stemmed from you guys talking about homeless people being killed in Vegas.
One huge, and I'm going to tie that in too. All 3 stories tied into one nice little package.
And that all started with me not trying not to be stabbed at Greg's place.
So I had a hotel right across the street from Disneyland, a nice hotel, right? And so I walked outside the park, and right outside the park, and it astonished me because this is a high tourist attraction. There was multiple homeless men laying on the ground, sleeping at the bus station when you come out the park and you go to the left. And so they're sleeping on the ground. One of them, no bullshit, had a machete. Fucking big, probably 12, 15 inches, laying next to him. Like, and he's just fucking laying there, and I'm like, dude, this is not safe. Like, there's fucking kids walking by here, families walking by here, and I've got to walk by this fucking asshole. So I had to walk by him, and then I had to basically walk with my head turned all the way back to the hotel to make sure this maniac doesn't come running after me and stab me and my family, me and my daughter. So,
well, that's why I always keep a tool on me.
The tool that you found in the desert.
Art. Yes, sir.
You just requested me as a friend on Snapchat?
No, I was sending you a picture.
Oh, probably a dick pic.
It's a picture of shafts, and it says "Add me on Snapchat."
What?
It's a picture of 3 shafts. I mean, obviously they are hilts of lightsabers.
Okay, so
But-
why are you saying shafts, you asshole?
Because it says add me on Snapchat, and all you see is 3 shafts.
Yeah,
Okay,
and,
my intent was just to send you the picture.
and,
No,
and
your-
it
your
expires
intent-
in 2 minutes.
Your intent
So-
was to have me start sending you dick pics.
Well, that too.
Did it
but
work?
I get
You
it.
didn't have to call it out live on the podcast.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you do. That's how we get fans. Follow us on Snapchat at Take Warning Hilts.
Lee, next time, just just send me. The
No,
pic. See what
had to. I'll just text it to you. We're
Alright.
Follow us on TakeWarningShafts.com.
Yeah, takewarningshafts.com. We'll be launching next month, actually. Keep a lookout.
Look for us for the adult version on OnlyFans.
Yeah. takewarningshafts.xxx.of.com.
Speaking of our social
Okay.
medias, Art, how's our TikTok doing, man?
Well, you know what? I haven't had the opportunity to make any more TikToks. But currently, let me make sure the volume is down so we don't record. We are currently at 245 followers. With
Nice.
with the total views, you want to know how many views we have as a total as a page?
Yes.
Over shit. I saw this earlier.
Over 10.
I should have had this prepared like a long time ago.
Over 10. So we've had as many people watch our TikToks as we have our YouTube videos, is what you're saying?
We've had
No, I think we're at like 65,000 views.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
If only we
Cool.
had 65,000 subs.
I know.
Put this shit on TikTok and be like, where the fuck you bitches at?
Where the fuck you at, yo?
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Let's just switch to being a Disney podcast. We'll
Okay.
get 'em.
I'm down. I mean, we can't talk about homeless stabbings and fecal matter and shit anymore then.
Why not?
Well, no, it's right outside the park. It's
It is.
part of the experience. now.
True. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
there's
right.
been plenty of times where my wife and I have walked away from Disneyland at night and we're like, let's
Yeah,
just
like-
get back to the hotel room.
Well,
Yeah.
because I've stayed when you leave the buses, there's the right and the left, and so most of the time I've stayed to the right when you exit the park.
Is it
And
a little
down
castle
there-
hotel?
No, I didn't stay there.
Oh, that one's nice. It's all
Camelot.
suites and stuff.
Yeah,
That's usually where we stay.
but to the right, the Anaheim Inn, the Portofino. I've stayed at a whole bunch of them. The Hilton, I guess, down there. There's a few, but over to the right, it's a little bit more sketchy. So I was like, this time I'm gonna stay to the left. Dude, also sketchy.
Yeah, you're not going to get away
No
from
matter
it.
where you go, Anaheim is sketchy.
Yeah, I know.
And you would think that they would have people there to protect families, right? I mean, you would just assume that. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
Once you're away from the Magic Kingdom, you're on your own.
and that's the one thing I will say.
Mickey was waving to you like,
Yeah.
good luck.
Thanks, you sucker. And that's the one thing I like about Disney World is that Disney World, you really are in their bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like you can literally go from the airport to Disney World and then back to the airport and never leave like Disney property and things like that. So
Do you think Anaheim will ever get that way?
no.
No. The real estate around the park is too expensive. They can't buy it out.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes with Chapek fucking everybody.
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see if
I mean, the parks are making gangbusters, but I guess they could expand by putting parks further away from just where those two parks are at. But who knows how that would go?
well, they got that other Disney Vacation Club addition to the Disney Hotel being built right now too. Did you check out any of that or no?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
exciting. Well, because there's some talks about a third park going where the Toy Story parking lot is,
Yeah.
which I'm all for it. But I feel
I have
like
heard about
California
that.
Adventure still doesn't have the same amount of pizzazz as Disneyland. Like they still need to work on California Adventure. It's not done because you
think
can do
it's
California Adventure in
nice.
half a day.
But I think the only appeal I have for California Adventure is the food and Avengers Campus.
Yeah, but it's too small.
Avengers Campus is little.
It's way too small.
Yeah.
It's more like Avengers Square. It's
But
not.
I mean, fuck. What was it before Avengers Campus? I can't remember.
Ants Land, A Bug's Life.
Bug's Life, yeah.
Yeah,
Was it?
a
Okay.
Bug's Life.
Yeah, because that was already a small area and they just converted it to that. And now it's,
But now there's less shade. Like dickheads took out all the
Did
trees.
you guys see the video of the Spider-Man flinging through the air and the robot failed? So it,
That shit was awesome.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
ate
No.
shit, and you just hear kids like screaming in the crowd.
he looks up. He looks like the Terminator instead.
He's just flinging, and he just lands, on his head, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's dead!"
He's
Like
all
kids
screaming.
literally watched Spider-Man die right in front of their eyes that day.
That's fantastic.
Dude, but they had that same animatronic like operating like a few hours later. It's crazy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
They're quick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Avengers Campus, after Star Wars Land was introduced, I was expecting so much more from Avengers Campus. Probably one of my biggest disappointments of any expansion that they've done recently.
Well, to be honest with you, I think Star Wars Land is even undersized for what it could be.
It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Oh no, I didn't say it's not beautiful. I love it in there, and I could spend all day just in that one
you're
area.
right.
But
They could have dedicated an entire park to Star Wars because the fan base is that big for it.
yeah,
But that's huge. It is big. It's probably the biggest land that they have. In
I think the
park.
only reason it's as big as it is because of the two rides. If it wasn't for those two rides, it would have been the same size as Avengers Campus.
No, Millennium Falcon by itself is as big as the
That's
campus.
what I just said. If it
Avengers
wasn't
Campus.
for the two rides,
Right.
because you have to remember the rides take up a large chunk of real estate, and that's not real estate you can walk through. It's just real estate they had to build around.
Well, they have the bazaar and everything in there, which is really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but
It's big.
couple shops with all the same stuff in it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Batu at Disneyland. I've seen it in Disney World. And then like when we go like here in the next couple weeks, that
Fuck
was
you,
my
Greg.
goal. I was like, huh?
Fuck you, Greg,
What?
for using like the name. Like I call
That's
it
what
Star
it's
Wars
called,
Land,
Batu.
and you're like Batu. You got to
No.
say it in the native tongue, you son of a bitch.
Okay.
Batu.
You
I
know
was
what would
trying
make
to speak art, god damn it.
you know what would make Star Wars Land at Disneyland just absolutely amazing, and I would never complain about how big it was. If they did it the same way as Disney World and they had the cantina there.
They
The
do, don't
cantina,
they?
Now I will criticize Disneyland.
They
for
don't
the
they have
cantina.
Vogus Cantina in Disneyland.
Yeah, they have the
don't
cantina at Disneyland,
Nope.
but it's very small.
So is Disney World.
Yeah, they
Disney
made it
World
way
is
too
little?
small. And what
Disney
they
World
needed
is
to,
little,
I
yeah.
don't even
Well, the
remember.
pictures from Disney World look like it's huge.
It's not.
And then they don't have the
Oh.
band in there, right? Do they have
It's
the band?
all standing room only. They have the robot Rex, who if you go back to like when Star Tours like first opened in the
Mhm.
80s, the robot
Oh, yeah.
pilot from Star Tours, they made that guy the DJ in Oga's Cantina at
I'm
Disney.
old enough to remember when that was a Michael Jackson ride.
It was a Michael Jackson ride.
Yeah, it
Captain
was.
You're right.
It was like
Yeah.
It was.
Captain EO or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
but that was cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool.
That shit was
Dude,
that
I
shit was
miss
cool
awesome.
for the
Captain EO,
80s.
dude. That
It
shit
was
was the
Yeah.
best.
cool.
Huh? What art?
I miss Captain EO. That shit was the best.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like they should do like a retro every once in a while and
Dude,
replay
bring it
that.
back. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Remaster it.
Dude, it just closed in Disneyland like
But do you think there's
Not
too much
that long
stigma
ago,
around
like
Michael Jackson now to bring it back
20
like
years.
that?
No, Michael Jackson's been whitewashed.
Dude,
We all remember him as a
Michael
hero
Jackson
again.
is king and will forever be king.
All right then.
Nobody
Well, then-
cares
well,
that he
then-
touched little boys now.
Well, then bring back like certain months where you have Captain EO because that shit was awesome.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
yeah, I'm down with that.
they should.
I mean, who the fuck actually rides Star Tours anyways?
I love it.
I
dude.
do.
Fuck yeah, I
Dude,
love that ride.
Dude,
yeah,
dude,
and then
fucking the last time I went, I was able to take Brayden on Star Tours for the first time, and it was like a proud dad moment.
Yeah.
Like oh, dude, I loved it. Dude, we went on it twice because after we went out the first time, he kind of got scared, but then he was like, he's all, Daddy, can we go on Star Tours again? Well, fuck yeah, we can. Let's go. And I was like, you can do whatever you want with Tiberius. I'm taking him to go see Star Tours.
We never
Did
even
you-
go near Star Tours anymore. My kids
Did
want to go
you,
straight to Star Wars.
did you make him the rebel spy?
What
Because
do you
sometimes
get
you
to
can
pick that?
ask sometimes you can ask the cast member.
Oh, I
and
didn't know
sometimes
that.
they'll be cool, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't
no,
know
no,
that.
no.
No, I just
Yeah.
told him like, look, just watch. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be different every single time we go, and he loved it, dude.
did I tell you guys my pro tip last week on how to get my daughter on the rides?
What's up?
So my
he
daughter was a fraction of a hair too
platforms or
short to
whatever?
get on the ride, right? So the first day we were at the park, like she is an eighth of an inch too short to ride the rides, and so every 40-inch ride we come up to, they're like, nope, she can't ride it, she can't ride it, and I'm like, fuck, dude. So we go back to the hotel, and then I'm like, dude, I packed some boots, so I put some boots on my daughter, dude. Next 4 days, every 40-inch ride, she got the ride on, man, and she loved
Oh,
them
yeah.
all. Yep.
Yeah, we used Crocs for my 7-year-old back when he
That's
couldn't
what's
do it.
up.
Yeah.
We used Crocs and like extra socks, and he wrote everything.
Yeah, it's so stupid, right? It's so dumb.
Like it didn't slide out of one ride.
No. The only ride that was kind of nerve-wracking to have her on was Guardians, and I was questioning my parental skills at that moment. Because like you go up, right? Most of the time, it's the big elevator that drops, right? It has these huge drops, and most of the time when you ride that ride, you feel the drops, and it just sucks you in the seat. But because I had my daughter with me, and I'm focused on her, right? Because I know these big drops are coming, and I'm like, okay, I need to make sure she's okay. So I'm watching her the entire time, and like you go up, you drop. I didn't feel any of the drops because I was so focused on her, which is kind of funny that your mind can do that. Is by just looking at my daughter, all the drops from that ride disappeared for me. But her eyes were so big. She's sitting there like, holding on, just like doing this ride. And the ride's over, and I'm like, oh no, I traumatized her. She's never gonna want to go on a ride again. And the first thing she says, "Dad, I want to do it again."
Okay.
Dude, it was awesome.
So, have you guys been on the jellyfish ride there? It's where you sit on the jellyfish and it just takes you straight up.
No.
Yes.
Kind of up and down, and then you come down, and it goes up pretty high. I do not like that one fucking bit, and I'm pretty sure that my kid was my saving grace for that ride. Because he's like, I want to ride this one. I'm like, okay, cool. So you get on it, and you're sitting in this tiny chair that's probably only about 1.5 feet wide, right? Or I'm sorry, like widthwise, I guess, for like your ass, right? Lengthwise, it comfortably sat two of us, but widthwise, it was like no go for my legs were dangling off more than they should be. And then you buckle in with one little tiny seatbelt, right? And there's nothing else in front of you, and it just takes you up in the fucking air. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, wait a minute, if I just lean forward, what's gonna happen? The seatbelt's not gonna stop me.
What's the ride height on that one?
40 inches.
Oh, fuck that, dude. I ain't putting her on that one.
Dude, have you guys... Oh, go ahead, Lee. I'm sorry.
Oh, so we're going up, and I'm looking out across Disneyland, and I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die. And I just stare at my kid the whole time, like, don't let go of me.
You got to keep me safe.
Yeah. It's your time to be the adult.
You got to be my hero, baby.
And then
sitting there next to you, like, Daddy, you're gonna be okay.
Dude, he was sitting there.
Okay.
He was holding on,
Daddy.
and he had the most uncomfortable grin on his face because he apparently didn't like it either. And then Daddy's looking at him, going, "Fucking hold me!" And he's like, "Oh God, we're gonna die."
Well, that's because you were telling him that you were gonna die the entire time.
It was funny.
Dude, have you been on I can't, they just renamed it, I can't remember, but that carousel, that Mickey's Fun Wheel or whatever.
Yeah.
Have you been on that with the swinging carts?
No,
Yes.
I won't go on this.
Don't like it. Will not fucking do it.
God.
I am
God.
definitely afraid of heights. And
Yep.
so like back in the day when it was still the Mickey's thing, they still had the big ass Mickey on the front of it.
They still have the Mickey thing on it, right?
Oh, they do?
Yeah, but they renamed it. It's like something, I'll figure it out.
So my best friend and his girlfriend at the time, which I fucking hated her guts. We went
Well,
on
you
there.
must have loved her at one point because she was your girlfriend.
No, his girlfriend.
Oh,
Was she hot?
Nah.
Hmm.
I mean, she took it in the ass, so that's got to count for something.
is that why you didn't like her? You were jealous?
Wow.
No, it's not that I was jealous, dude. I was just like, she's a fucking fake bitch.
Did you call your friend a butt fucker?
I did. And he looks at me. He's like, "You goddamn right."
Fucking ass clown.
And so we go on that one, and unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that it rocked.
Yeah.
And I am already.
All you had to do was look up and see the carts.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't paying attention because I was
Obviously.
already very anxious
Because
about
you're
going
staring
on
at her
there.
ass the entire time.
I was
Yep.
not.
Yep.
I was not. I was staring at
Man,
her
look
tits.
at that pooper. I wonder how it smells.
I was staring at her tits. Either way.
Oh, okay.
Either way, because she had a pretty good rack. So we get on it, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going on this for you guys. And it starts doing its thing. It's rocking. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm holding out for dear life. I'm like basically white knuckling it and thinking I'm about to die the entire time. And they're just laughing at me.
Oh, yeah.
Asshole.
I went to Six Flags with my son, and like your concept of these rides is so different now as an adult, because it's like, is there risk worth the reward in these situations, because it's not. Like these rides, I mean, a minute of fucking going in a loop, is not worth fucking this roller coaster just flying off the side of this rail. Like this is not worth it at this point in my life. Like I made it too far, right? Like when you're 16, you're like, well, fuck it, dude. I've only got 16 years invested. Fuck it, man. If this thing fucking flies off the rails, I mean, so what? But when you get into your
YOLO.
40s, you're like, dude, I've got time invested in this life thing now, and I don't want to just squander that. But you do it for your kids, and I guess that's why you do it. But
see, I'm too dumb. I don't think about stuff like that. I go, you want to go on a ride? Yes. Okay, cool. I don't think about retirement and IRAs and fuck that. Like,
Dude,
that's what I'm thinking about the whole time is my 401k.
every time my kids want to ride that Ferris wheel, I ask them if we can go in the static line instead of the loopy line, and they're like, no, we got to go in the one that rolls. And I'm like, no, we really don't though. We really don't. And they're like, yeah, we do. And then every time we go in the fucking one that rolls because the whole family's like, Dad, stop being a pussy.
Dude,
it's not worth it to me. It's just not, because I assume it
terrifies me.
It's gonna just fall
the
off.
one and only time.
Every time, sorry, Greg. Every time I'm on it, I'm always staring at the wheels the entire time, waiting for them to fall apart.
Way it's safe. There's no one time that shit is just gonna roll off. It's wheels.
Sorry, Greg.
That's what they're made for.
I think we got to attribute to this to the fucking Final Destination movies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. The one time that me and my wife went on it, well, we called it Mickey's Fun Wheel of Death. That's what we called it.
it's fucking fitting.
That's fucking accurate.
Now they call it the Pixar Pal Around. That's okay.
That's
but
gay.
yeah. So we started. I'm
Pal
like,
around to death.
I'm like seeing it because when you look at it from the outside, it doesn't look that bad. You're like, oh, they're swinging, and then there's people screaming for dear fucking life, and then you're like, they're just pussies. They don't know what they're doing. So me and my wife went on it, right, and it was in like I think we went around my birthday a few years ago, and we're fucking getting on there, and it starts raining, dude. So we're up like towards the top, fucking just swinging, getting fucking pelted in the face by fucking rain,
thunder and lightning.
Like, oh my god! I'm like, never the fuck again, never the fuck again.
Dude, that thing is. Ooh.
Yeah, so we still call it the Fun Wheel of Death.
I took the kids and everybody to Knott's Berry Farm maybe like a few weeks ago, and my stomach, for the first time ever, saved me from being scared. My oldest, he wanted to go on that one ride that shoots you up and then brings you down again, kind of like how the Stratosphere ride goes.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
And I'm like, and he wants to go on it. I'm
the trick art is just to say it's broken. It's not working.
well, I tell him, yeah, cool, you can go on it. We'll go over there because
you're too big.
The line isn't long.
Yeah.
And then we're like halfway there. He turns to me. He's like, "Can you go on it with me?" And of course, I'm not gonna bitch out. I'm like, "Sure, I'll go on there with you," even though I am deathly afraid of heights.
Oh yeah.
So much afraid of heights. I'm like, "Sure, I'll go on there with you because I'm gonna be."
You've had to change your pants, I hope.
You know what? My fat ass.
I have a story about that. I'll tell that.
My stomach. I mean, as embarrassing as it is, me being as fat as I am prevented me from going on that ride.
Dude, I was there. Yeah,
the lady was trying to close it, and she's like, "I'm sorry, it's not closing." Like, don't worry about it. I'm good.
I told that story once about Colossus. 2 years ago, I took my son to Six Flags, and we're on Twisted Colossus, and like she was trying to get it the buckle, and it wouldn't buckle, and she's like, "All right, sir, you're not going to be able to ride this ride because it's not buckling." I'm like, "All right, cool, all right, no," and it's we got to click. I'm like, no, it's okay, I can get off. Like, it's like, nope, you're good. And like one click, like that can't be good. And so like, I'm like, all right, it's just Colossus, right? It's just Colossus, but then it's not like old school Colossus. Now it's just fucking, it's upside down and shit. It's twisted. It's a metal on the wooden track. Dude, that was the most terrifying roller coaster I've ever been on. This year, I was small enough to get on it, so
I don't think I'm gonna do roller coasters ever again in my life.
See, and the thing is, I love roller coasters, but that kind of roller coaster that just shoots you up and then it just like drops you, I hate.
I could do Superman all day.
Yeah,
put me on a ride that I'm too fat to ride. I'm terrified.
But like when free fall was a thing at Magic Mountain, hated it. But everything else, love Batman.
Okay.
But I guess I'm just too fat
Yeah,
for those.
we
So
gotta
I'm
hear.
going to share with you guys a story.
I'm
Alright,
excited
go
for this.
I'm going to
story,
set the
actually.
scene for you first. Okay.
Okay.
Baby.
So it's younger Lee, right? I have one kid. He's 2. Right. We're walking
God, that
around
was like
Disneyland.
at
and-
least 2 decades ago.
I know.
Yeah.
We're walking around, and it's
12-year-old Lee.
my girl, and I mean, there must have been a solid 8 or 9 of us that went together, right? Just mostly adults and everything. And it was the middle of summer, and it must have been 105 out that day.
Oof.
Right? And we're walking towards Space Mountain, so we're walking through that whole little area over there, and we ride. What was it back then? It wasn't Toy Story back then. One of the blaster fucking
Astro
games,
Blaster?
something like that. And it sure as shit was an Astro Blaster, because we leave there and I'm like, man, I have the worst swamp ass ever. Right? So we're walking around, and after about 30 minutes, I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, I got to go to the bathroom. I got to go check myself because I'm sweating profusely. Right? And I go into the bathroom and I look and I was like, oh no, I sharted. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh fuck, what do I do? So I'm wiping myself clean, and I took my underwear off and I freeballed the rest of the day, right?
Okay.
Now I didn't dispose of my underwear in the trash can like a normal human being. I hung this shit on the door for someone to find.
Well, because what are you gonna do, man? Like you don't.
I don't know.
Walk out there and be like, hey, I gotta put these in the trash can.
Yeah,
Oh my God, Lee.
I hung this shit on the door and I was like, well, that's someone else's problem now. And I
Literally
walked
put that shit on the door.
yeah, yeah. It was beautiful. It was a
You
beautiful
just
fucking
prevented
thing.
anybody from using that stall.
You made
I
you
don't
made somebody's
know.
day so shitty.
Oh yeah, I did. I
and
did.
somebody probably right after you was like, "Oh, I really gotta take a shit. Oh,
Yep.
I don't want to use that one. It's the only
Oh,
one
it looks
open."
like
Oh.
somebody beat me to it.
So if anybody listens to this podcast and you worked at Disneyland, I'm going to say 10 years ago, and you were the one that cleaned shit out of that stall that day,
Circa
I just want to
2012.
tell you that I am not sorry, because that shit makes for a great fucking story. So fuck you.
And on that note,
Speaking
Yeah,
of
right.
such
On
things,
that
though,
note, okay.
I feel like the restrooms were cleaner 2 years ago than they were this most recent time that I went. How were the restrooms when you went, Lee?
They were fairly clean.
Yeah,
They weren't terrible. I mean,
They-
half,
no,
the
they weren't
half the
bad.
shit didn't work, but
but 2 years ago when I went, dude, they were spotless. This year, they weren't as clean.
well, 2 years ago, when we went, they were more cleanly about it, but I also
Yeah.
think that was,
COVID, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
the whole
Damn, I
COVID
miss
thing.
COVID, man. You guys miss COVID?
no.
Kinda.
No.
I liked it when
Dude.
there weren't that many people around me.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
that's
the
true, too.
freeways are clear. The nights games, dude. I had elbow space. Like nobody was sitting next to me.
You know, I
had
will
my own
say,
little
though-
bubble. The theme parks were empty.
I will say
Right.
that while they weren't accepting more people into Disneyland this last week when I went, because they were at capacity, quote unquote, you still were not elbow to elbow with people.
I was. when
Were
I
you?
was there. Yes,
I was not.
They're so over by Indiana Jones. That part of the park.
Oh,
was
okay.
Unbearable.
Yeah. Well,
Indiana-
New Orleans,
Indiana
New
Jones
Orleans
and that whole
Square,
Adventureland is always pretty big. Pretty
Yeah.
big.
New Orleans Square, Adventureland, Indiana Jones. I mean, you got the Haunted Mansion, you got
Pirates of the Caribbean,
Pirates of the
Indiana
Caribbean,
Jones,
all right there in that
Jungle
one spot. And
rides,
those are
yeah.
all the classic rides that everyone needs to ride and
Yeah.
everyone goes to. And when
And
you go to that area,
treehouse
Yeah.
is closed too, so it wasn't.
yeah, the
taking
treehouse is
anybody
being
for capacity.
renovated right now, and we walked through and they have that whole area closed off. You have Tom Sawyer's Island, you have all that stuff over there, and it's just the classic Disneyland where the walkways also aren't as wide.
You ever
Yeah.
gone to Tom Sawyer's Island?
I have.
I have.
Yeah, is
It's
it worth
fun.
it?
It's fun. Like you
It's
go over
fun
there
for
with
the
the kids
kids.
and you get to do stuff.
Yeah,
But
it's fun
even
for the
5
kids.
days at the park, I was like, dude, it's not fucking worth it. We're not going over
I
there.
think
I
she
know,
would have
it-
liked it.
No,
dude.
She would have. I guarantee. Yeah, she
Your
would have
daughter
enjoyed
would
it.
have loved it. Your daughter.
Yeah,
would've
it's
loved
just like a little playground, right? That's all.
Yeah,
it is.
it's all it is.
Yeah.
They got like
Yeah.
caves and stuff that
Yeah,
they
you
walk
go
through.
And
through
if you get one of those magic Mickey maps or whatever, there's like hidden Mickeys and stuff all throughout that island that you can find.
There's hidden Mickeys
there.
all throughout the park.
No, I know, but specifically on that island, it's like a little thing that you can do with her.
Okay. All right. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. But I don't know.
He's gonna
I
be
don't
like, "You're 18. You get to make up your own mind now."
Yeah, Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean's right next to it, man. Like, do I want to get on a raft and go across the way? I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Paint, paint a fence or some shit. I don't know what you're gonna do over
Paint
there.
a fence.
Isn't it now
Some
like
kid over there painting a fence white convinces me that it's a fun time. I'm like, damn it, now I'm stuck painting this fence.
Isn't it called
it-
like Pirates League now or something like that? It's not Tom Sawyer's Island anymore, isn't it?
Honestly, I don't know.
Something.
I think they've changed the name like 3 times over the past 10 years.
I've always known it as Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah, I just call it Tom Sawyer's Island. It'll never change in my mind.
But even 5 days in the park, I never found time to go over there.
There's just too much to do.
How was the overlay for Haunted Mansion?
Oh, it looked good.
So I
Because
felt
they
bad.
add little things with each time.
Oh, you mean actually in the ride?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like with the Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's
Didn't
fun,
you
get
know?
a chance to ride it this last time.
I miss the old Haunted Mansion because the past 2 times I've gone, and my daughter knows nothing but the Jack Skellington ride. So she calls it the Jack ride. So if I take her anytime outside of Halloween, I feel like she's going to be tremendously disappointed now.
Now you got to
Jack
take her
Skellington's
during
not gonna
Christmas
be there.
because Jack Skellington's still there.
Yep.
I know, but I want to ride the old one, man. Like I love the Haunted Mansion. It's one of my favorite rides of all time. But now I know my daughter's gonna be disappointed if we go any other time of the year. And
You don't know that, dude.
Oh, I do.
'Cause, I mean,
do.
that,
No,
that
no. Dude,
attraction
did you
is
see the stuffed
amazing.
animals? Like,
Show it to him again. Show it to him again.
I have a
that's
Jack
phases.
Skellington like animatronic downstairs. She's gonna be she's gonna be Sally for Halloween. Like
Is she?
she's really
Wow.
into Nightmare Before Christmas. Like she's going to be disappointed if it's not Jack Skellington inside there.
Okay.
That's
All
good
right.
parenting right there.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the last time I rode Haunted Mansion during Halloween, I liked it.
Yeah, it's
I
fun.
know. I don't know if Disneyland does it, but I know in Disney World, each year they do a gingerbread house, like in the main like ballroom, and it'd be like this 10, 20 foot gingerbread house, and they do a different one every year. I don't think Disneyland does it.
We don't-
No, it's like a prize kind of thing. Present. It's a present. at
Oh,
Disneyland,
okay.
I want to say.
Because it smells awesome when you go to that park. You're like, gingerbread, which is like odd being in a haunted mansion. But then when you see like the gigantic ass, gingerbread house that they do for that every year, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All
all
fun.
right. Art's asleep.
Well, art's asleep. Yep.
The thing
I'm
I don't
tired.
like about the Jack Skellington overlay is that it takes what is normally a 15 to 20 minute wait and it makes it into I saw waits as long as 90 minutes for that.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was there, the wait was almost 3 hours.
Oh, fuck
3
that.
hours?
Yeah.
crazy.
We didn't do Lightning Lane or any of that stuff for that one because even with Lightning Lane, we were gonna end up waiting an hour.
Wow. No, you have to do the light lane for that one. You have to. But even with that, yeah, it is still a longer wait because you still have a line.
Yeah,
to wait.
even
Yeah.
the Lightning Lane with that one was still gonna be like an hour wait, and I was like, nah. I was cool with waiting 10 minutes for every ride. I
Mhm.
wasn't gonna wait more than that.
Right. Yeah, it's worth
You-
it though.
you've
My
been,
daughter loves
spoiled.
it. We went on it a bunch, at least once a day.
I have goals when I go this next time. I'm like, I just want to see Star Wars Land in Disneyland or Batu, and then I want to see Avengers Campus, and then what else opened that? There's something else that opened that I hadn't seen, but yeah, those are pretty much it.
I don't know. Cars
and-
Land's pretty cool to go through.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
love Cars Land too, but it's I've done it so many times. I'm like,
Yeah.
like those are, and it's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be packed like every day we're there.
I love
because-
Flo's V8.
They have some
love
bomb
the
ass
V8
French
cafe
toast,
there.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Bomb ass breakfast there.
Yeah, they have good
But-
breakfast there.
The thing that frustrates me is the cone cafe or whatever that
Cozy
is,
Cone,
the ice,
yeah.
the cozy cone, whatever. But the ice cream place. So you have to order online, and then when you get up to the window, you have to wait fucking 15 minutes to get your ice cream. It's like, damn, dude, I could have just ordered it at the window and waited the same amount of time. It's very frustrating, the online
Dude,
thing
when
with the
mobile
ice
order first came out, it was fucking amazing because nobody did it. Now they force it on you. You must
Right.
mobile order everything, and then
The
you're
cones
like,
Yeah.
you have no choice but to order through mobile. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, when I was there, we were able to walk up to everything we wanted, but on every menu it said mobile order preferred. They weren't forcing it that day.
Not the cones. The cones all had.
I didn't even go to Cars Land that day.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the cones are mobile only,
Hmm.
and I think the Dole Whip is mobile, right? I could be wrong.
When I walked by the Dole Whip, I didn't even see the Dole Whip there.
Yeah, because it's mobile. I think.
I think the Dole Whip is overrated.
It was you bite your fucking tongue.
It's over fucking rated.
It's
So,
delicious.
you know-
I only had it one time, and I was like, "This is not that great."
Pineapple
good,
ice
it's
cream
good.
and pineapple juice with pineapple stuff all over the place, and give a pineapple
meh.
chunk, and then I'm happy.
It's meh.
I
The
love
nice thing
pineapple,
about it
though.
though now is you can get that anywhere, any frozen yogurt shop. Basically,
Yeah, it's not
has
just
it now.
limited to Disney anymore.
So it's not quite as special, but I like it. I don't
It was
know.
never
Probably Art
special.
hates.
But
on
when
it.
I walked by the Dole Whip stand,
throw a churro on that bitch, Art would be happy.
it didn't have any Dole Whip logos
That's
on it
racist.
anymore. It was called like the
Churros are
Pineapple
delicious.
Tiki Lounge or something like that now.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe they changed the branding. I didn't get one, so I can't remember if they changed.
I'm
Well,
trying
and
to
like before when it was advertised as Dole Whip, there was always a line there. Now there was nobody.
Well, I think because they switched to the mobile, and then now they used to have you wait on the outside, and now they have you go pick up on the inside, where facing the Tiki Lounge.
You know, in that same area, they have that bao place. Did you get any bao while you were there? Did you even know that?
What?
Shit. A
Bao
bao movement?
buns.
Bao
BAO.
movement?
BAO.
What the fuck is that?
No.
It's a little Asian pastry with
It's like an Asian Uncrustable, but with
Yeah,
hot
and,
food.
and inside of it there's like beef or chicken or whatever it is they want to put inside of it, and they roll it up and they steam it, and it's delicious.
Isn't that like
Where's
Bao
that at?
buns.
Wait, why don't you just call it a dumpling?
Where's that
'Cause
at?
it's not a dumpling, it's a bao.
Where is that?
You'll always be my dumpling.
You know where the Tiki Lounge is?
Yeah.
It's right. It's there.
Right behind it.
Yeah.
That little restaurant setting area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you
Yeah, I
walk
was
up a little
wondering what was
walkway
in
and there's a
there.
little ordering place back there, and it's all bao and things like that, and it's delicious. It's
All
kind of hidden. It's hard to see.
Yeah, no, because it's in between the Tiki Lounge and the Jungle Ride, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like Disneyland corn dogs and the Monte Cristo.
Oh
Monte
yeah.
Cristo. Oh, dude,
Monte
it's so
Cristo's
fucking
amazing
good.
there. And
Yeah.
the corn dogs.
And
you
a
can't
mint
beat it. Oh,
julep.
dude, I was pissed off. My
corn
corn
dogs
dog
are
was
amazing.
overcooked.
I like getting turkey legs and then being disappointed by it immediately every time.
Dude,
No matter where I go.
I've never been a fan of turkey legs.
No, I always like the idea because like I picture myself like growing a art beard and then walking around like a Viking, you know, with the horns out of my head, eating this turkey leg,
I
and then
agree.
you get it, and it's just greasy and nasty.
Well,
and,
not only that, like in the turkey leg, like regardless of where you get it from, turkey legs inherently have so many tendons in them.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
yep.
that you
Yep.
cannot eat it comfortably. It's not like a chicken
No.
leg. It's
No.
nothing
And
like
it's
that.
hot
Dude.
as fuck when you grab it and you're
Yeah.
burning your
Mhm.
fucking
You know what,
hand.
Greg? When you go, you
I'm
need to-
not
when-
getting a
when-
turkey leg. I'll tell you.
No,
that
no,
right
no. When you're at California Adventure, go to what's it called, Lucky Fortunes Cookery or Lucky Fortunes Cafe or something like that, over by the pier, right, where they have the whole dining area,
Yeah,
and get yourself a bulgogi burrito
Ooh,
at that Asian place,
that sounds good.
Delicious,
dude. Oh my god! If my family wasn't there, I would have come a little bit.
Whoa, Ayo.
There would have been more kids on the way.
Yeah, I didn't want any more kids. I didn't want to
That-
infect the
That
drinking water
burrito
at
would have been
Disneyland.
pregnant.
It was really good.
Yeah, I wonder how the food's going to be impacted when they turn all that shit into the Big Hero 6 land.
Oh,
and
I
all
don't
that.
know.
It's
That's
gonna
Well,
be like
Big
a-
Hero
like-
Six.
From what I
like
understand, the
Japanese
Big Hero
American
6
fusion.
thing is only going to be for the dining area or something like that.
What are we talking about? What is Big Hero 6?
So San
never seen Big Hero
Francisco, is
6?
that how you say it?
Yeah,
There's
San
San
Francisco is
Francisco.
going to be just for the dining area only. They're not actually doing it to the whole pier,
It's got to be like a Japanese American fusion.
which is probably going to be delicious.
Yeah, fuck
Probably.
yeah,
Maybe.
like sushi burgers. Oh,
My kid got the clam chowder. I was like, man, it's hot as shit outside. And then I tasted it, and I was like, yeah, you got a good choice.
Good for him. White chowder or like a corn chowder?
White.
Chowder.
Yeah,
Chowder.
That's good. That's good.
say it right. It's chowder.
Chowder.
Dude, and they have like sourdough bread bowls.
Okay.
Oh,
Love a
delicious.
bread
Yeah, those
bowl.
bread bowls are pretty good. We've had
Yeah.
those before.
yeah. And
Uh,
one got the clam
look at us
chowder, the
being
other
all
one got mac
fat.
and cheese, and they were delicious.
Dude, did you try Jack Jack's Cookie Num Num?
No,
Don't do it. I'm glad you didn't do it. It's
Is it
so
not worth it?
disappointing. Yeah.
we didn't get a whole lot of food there. Like we ate, they got their bread bowls. I had my bulgogi burrito and all that stuff. And then other than that, I think We had a churro and the corn dog later at night, and that was it. That's all the
Well, you
food
only
did
went
while
there
we
for
were there.
one day too, so I mean, you can only
Yeah,
eat
but there's
so
been
much.
days where I've gone there and you're there the entire day, and I've eaten 17 times. You know what I mean? It just depends on the day.
Different flavors of churros now, and so they get you
Yeah,
on that.
don't
Oh.
fuck with my churro, bro. I'm good with
Dude.
the original.
No, I tried like 15 different
So-
flavors, man. They're all good. Every one too. Every
Really?
fucking
No, they
one,
were
yeah.
not. We
Yes, they
we hit the churro stand that was by the what's it called? The drop one that you were talking about
I
earlier.
say I tried 15 different kinds. I only tried 3. So, what was the bed one, Lee?
What's that ride? The one where it drops again? It used to be
The
Twilight Zone.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
drop out or some crap, whatever it's called. There's a little churro stand right next to that,
Okay.
right? And it was like a swirly churro, and I forgot what it was made from. It was made from something, and it sounded delicious, right? And then they had some kind of like cream puff that was there that was inspired by the movie too. And I was like, okay, cool, let's try them. So we try them, and then they had like a Thanos hand, which my kid had to fucking have.
That show was
Like,
pretty
alright, cool.
cool.
And we get the cream puff and we get the churro, right? Both of them fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
Yes, the cream puff was, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like eating a massive grape fake
Hold on.
jelly thing, and then the fucking churro tasted, I mean, it was kind of cornbready, so there was some parts that were kind of good, but then it was just like, but it's dipped in cinnamon and it's fried and it's weird.
Mm.
I don't know. It was off. I couldn't do it. I'll never go back to that stand ever again. Don't do it, Greg. Don't fucking do it.
Good to know. Yeah, no. Me and my wife like old school. Like, you
Yeah.
know, just give me the regular churro. I'm good.
Yeah, stick to what you know.
You know, like I said, cornbread or the corn dog, regular churros,
All right.
and then
Duper's holding stuff up here.
yeah.
That looks just like Maleficent, doesn't it?
Yes.
We went to the
Yes.
art school.
You went to the
Oh,
art
you
school
did
and
the
that's what your daughter
animation
drew?
academy thing or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that one was mine.
It was just a bunch of scribbles.
This
Oh,
one
look at
was
that.
hers. That one was hers. She did much better than I did.
Wow.
Good cover there. Make
wow.
your daughter feel special.
Yeah, she was killing it. Oh wait. Here we go. Here's a good one.
Raise it up higher.
Oh,
Is
well.
that you drawing Big Hero 6?
big happy fat face?
Big happy fat?
It's big. Oh, you know, my daughter the other day, we were looking at pictures and because I've had memory issues with my phone, right? So I finally had to take a few thousand photos off of my phone, and I saved them on my computer. And so my daughter sees these pictures of me from a couple years ago, and she's like, "Daddy, your face was so big." I was like, "Did you just call me fat?" And she was like, "Yes."
She's like, you had way too
Man.
many churros in Disneyland. Yeah.
Kids.
All right. So, you know, before we leave, Art, what's your favorite ride at Disneyland or Disney California Adventure?
I haven't been to Disney California Adventure in a long time. But I did like Tower of Terror when it was Tower of Terror.
I
Mm.
missed that too.
Yep.
Not a big fan of the what they did with the whole Guardians of the Galaxy.
I like the Guardians one, but I love Twilight Zone. So
But
Mission Escape?
but
What's
my,
it called? Mission
but my
Escape?
go-to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
my
Mission
go-to
Breakout.
Or,
for
Yeah, you got
Disneyland
it.
is Pirates and then Star Tours.
Okay. Well, no, Lee, you just got back from there. Duper, how about you?
So I don't have an opinion?
You go after Duper.
dude, my favorite, like it's hard, but Pirates or Haunted Mansion, I go back and forth on those two.
Yeah.
I love them, the classics. For a minute there, I thought Rise was my favorite ride. After I rode it for the very first time, and then I rode it and paid an extra, $40 to ride it this time, twice. But no, the classics still hold up better to me. They do.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Lee.
But Star Tours
Classics.
is actually surprisingly on my high list there too.
I guess I need to
love
ride that
one.
again.
And then they have so many variations now. I don't know if
It's
you
been a
know
while.
that. But
Yeah.
it's not always the same anymore.
They
Yeah.
did that a few years ago when they
Yeah.
redid it.
What do you got? Lee?
Surprisingly enough, I don't really prefer to ride the rides in Star Wars Land at all. I could just go to Star Wars Land and not ride them.
Yeah, my daughter would not ride Smuggler's Revenge. She got terrified of it.
Really?
She had
Okay,
to
so
sit, well, because she had to sit by herself. Anything she couldn't sit but next to me on, she's like,
Oh.
I don't want to do
My
it.
kids love that. They get to be, the
Yeah.
ones that pilot the ship and everything. And,
Crash it everywhere.
to them, it's hilarious, and
Yeah.
they have to do that one. But my all-time favorite is definitely Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
It is followed closely by the Haunted Mansion.
Nice.
And I will never change my opinion about either one of those.
I'm with you 100%.
They will always hold strong and true in my heart.
Yep.
The next one, I am a huge fan of Space Mountain.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love Space Mountain. And every time I'm there, if I cannot ride it, I'm a little sad. Didn't get to ride it this last time around, but it's okay. I will live. And that's my top 3 there.
Do you prefer the old one or the new one, Space Mountain?
Old one.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too.
The new
Before
one,
they added all the Star Wars
Yeah.
stuff on it, I preferred it just the way it
Yeah.
was.
if we were talking back in the day, then that might be tied for number 1.
And
Dude.
I would even argue that it used to be darker, right?
It was darker.
Because
it was,
now they tried to
used
put all
be
these lights
pitch
in there.
black, and now
Right.
there's just stuff going on all over the place, and you can see the track in front of you,
Yeah.
and there's stuff going on everywhere, and you're just like, wow, there's too much now. I'm just not experiencing the ride the way I want to experience it.
I preferred the pitch black. Like, where the fuck am I? Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm
It was
going
more
a billion
disorienting. It
miles
was
an
more
hour.
fun. It was a blast. You just felt like you were actually flying through the middle of nothing, and it was
Yep.
beautiful. And now it's just
Yep.
like they just added too much stuff, and I think that's why it jumped down to number 3 on my list. Otherwise,
for me,
like I said, it'd be tied up for number 1.
For me, it was for a long time my favorite ride, and then they
Yeah.
made the changes to it. Now I don't even care to ride it every time.
I would say that Matterhorn made my list, but I never get to ride it because it's always broken down.
It is always
Seriously.
broken.
it's like
Matterhorn
that.
hurts, dude.
Yeah, it does. It's
hurts,
bumpy as shit.
You know.
What do you got, Greg?
Matterhorn is like the ice cream machine at
Yeah,
McDonald's.
Greg. What's your top 3?
So I tend to agree with you guys on Pirates and Haunted Mansion. I don't know. I find it interesting. You guys all have kids, and none of you even mentioned a Fantasyland ride. So if I had
Who
to
would?
They don't go
mention
there.
a ride in
Now,
Fantasyland,
my daughter with Pinocchio, she calls him Pokio, and it's the cutest thing on the
Yeah.
planet.
I got to give some love to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride because that's not in Disney World.
I'm not gonna
it's
lie.
only in Disneyland.
This last time I went was the first time I've ever been on that ride, and it was kind of
Really?
It's
yeah.
cool, right? Yeah.
It's
I
kinda
like
pretty
Peter
cool.
Pan over there too.
Yeah,
the
Peter
problem with Peter
Pan's a good
Pan
one,
is
too.
it's always a 45-minute wait,
Always.
and it should
If
be a
not
20-minute
more.
wait.
Yeah.
Yep.
If not more. So yeah,
Roger
I
Rabbit
tend
was
to
always
stick to
fun,
the
too.
classics.
Oh, I love Roger Rabbit. That's one of my top rides, but it's closed right now.
Yeah. Well, aren't they remaking it?
They're redoing Toontown because of the Mickey Mouse ride.
Dude,
Which
you guys are
now-
gonna love.
I'm gonna wait.
You're gonna love that Mickey Mouse ride. I'm telling you right now.
What is it?
you're gonna
Mickey and
love it.
Minnie's
Runaway Railway.
Runaway Railway? Yeah.
You're gonna love it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, I believe you.
Yeah. But all right. Well, in other news too, I think it's funny that both Rick and Josh decided not to be on tonight, and the Rams lost. So, bitches,
And not even by a little bit. They lost by a lot.
yeah, they got fucking.
Did they?
stomped.
What was the score?
Like 29-9.
They're out there looking like the
Oh.
Raiders and the Knights.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
24-9. Oh
yeah.
my god.
And
Thank you,
Alberto
San
was over there
Francisco.
with them too. So yeah, it had
Yep.
been fun.
They got to hang out with a cat. I hope he brought his litter box for the cookout.
I hope so too.
All right, kids. So I guess we'll be back next week, and then
This was a
thank
good
you
one,
guys
This
for.
was a really good one.
I love talking
Yeah.
Disney. So
For now, Take Warning Store is still up, so if you guys can check
Oh,
it
is
out,
it?
and hopefully you can support us, keep
Yeah.
us going,
Greg,
and
we're
help
not
us
live. They
entertain
can't see
you
us.
with more stuff. So www.takewarningstore.com.
Yeah, you
Check us out
invest,
on all
you buy enough
socials as
product
well.
in there, we're gonna open up our own theme park.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Disney
it's
needs
gonna
some
be like
competition.
Wokeland, but
With blackjack and hookers.
Dude, that's the
And-
plan, dude. If we could open up Wokeland just like they had in The Boys, dude, 100% in on
The
that.
main character in Wokeland is a Caucasaurus Rex with a womb.
Instead of balls, it has a uterus.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
So we're out. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Instead of a
There
Disney
goes the mic.
Disney bodega, like we'll have a place where you can change your gender.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's try and get one more out.
All right, everybody. Thank you for
Rub
listening
it out,
to
buddy. Just rub it out.
the. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to the show today. Please go to takewarningpod.com where you can explore additional content on the podcast, as well as find the links to the podcast on your favorite podcast platforms. Also, please get on social media. We are on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Take Warning. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you like about the show, what your thoughts are on the show, and what you would like to see in a future podcast.